everyone doing? Well, I definitely have trying to still get the hang of it. I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't have a set night yet where I go live, and obviously, a lot of you know I've been sick and I've been under the weather. My son, he'd also been well. He's not feeling well right now. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? So my son, he wasn't feeling well, and so I am going to be by myself. Um, if you watch my last video, you know that we had a lot of volunteer and charity events coming up this week, and it was a horrible time to get sick and for allergies to strike. Um, I definitely feel like it was allergies because anytime I took allergy medicine, it definitely cleared the symptom up. The problem was, they wear off, so you have to take more. So I definitely think it was allergies. Although I do think there's a lot of people who are getting like spring colds, change of season colds as well. So just to kind of catch you up, I had a heart walk that I was doing on Thursday, and then I had an AIDS charity event this morning. And then last minute, there was a suicide prevention event. Um, yep, almost missed me again tonight. I'm trying to get a regular schedule down so that I just don't want to conflict with any other lives and things. And hopefully, I'll be able to, upload some videos and stuff. This one right here was the video I promised you guys about the 100 subscriber. Obviously, I had to take a little bit of a change, but I'll be going into a little detail about that. Um, so then there was a suicide prevention walk that had came up, and I really wanted to participate. I woke up Saturday morning and I jumped in some lives. I definitely wanted to do Jennifer's Creations Walls, her live, and I just wasn't feeling like leaving and going out of the house and things like that. And I felt bad because I had a couple of other friends that said they would join me, and they ended up doing the walk, and I wasn't there, and so I kind of missed out on that. But it's important, as I said before. I think awareness is a start, so I'm mentioning it. It was a suicide prevention. Obviously, when someone gets depressed, it's it's something that a lot of times they deal with on their own, and they feel like they don't have anyone that they can talk to, or that understands. So getting that message out and making sure that, if you see someone who's not themselves, they seem to be dealing with something, talk to them, make it seem like, you can be an outlet, or refer them to someone that can definitely help. Obviously, I talked about the AIDS awareness the other night, so I'm not going to go back into too much detail, but I do like to make sure that I'm bringing awareness to different causes because they're important. Not only that, it's something that I raise my kids, with an awareness of, so that they think before they make wrong moves. They think, or they reach out, and they know to check resources. So that's why I think it's important. Moving on from there, yes, I am going to be doing a little diamond painting tonight, because I'm feeling a lot better. My son, he has a headache, and his head is kind of bothering him. He thinks he's come down with a head cold. He hasn't done any diamond painting today. He did do diamond painting yesterday and Friday when I was sick, so I'm going to go on without him. But I want to jump in real quick and talk about my 100 subscriber giveaway. I know that I was giving away the 5 panel. I was going to do and I'm going to try and pull it out and see if I can show this solo. But I was giving away this 5 panel. I like it a lot, and it is something that I picked out. And I wanted to just be able to say thank you. So I was trying to come up with, a way to do a giveaway of something that's just way down the list on my to-do list. I'm going to put the diamonds to the side. And as you can see, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm hoping that the camera can maybe get an angle of it. Let me see if I can lift it up and get an angle of it. So that's that end. Now let's see if we can get a little bit close. This first piece is unfortunately there's not a lot. That's probably all 3/10. Yeah, all 3/10. So it's a beautiful flower. My favorite color is green, but what I do like is that you'll definitely be able to see that there's different hues, and then obviously it's the actual flower that has. So it's pretty. It's really pretty. It's really nice. But I know that there's a lot of people out there who say, "Oh, I'm trying to build up my stash." And I would definitely be in a contest where you can win like a 5 panel or any diamond painting for that matter. So I definitely feel like this is, the top prize. I am going to be doing diamond painting giveaway for that. How the giveaway is going to work is a little different than I had initially stated. Initially, I thought I'd just be able to do like a randomizer once I reached 100 subscribers. So now I know that the randomizer is based on comments. So I do apologize that before I wasn't able to, I didn't look it up and do my research. So this will be one of the diamond paintings. I'll do a randomizer, and then I wanted to kind of follow it up with just some thank yous, because I know that you guys were great about trying to help me get to the 100 subscribers, and so I wanted to follow it up with like an alternative. But because I'm kind of behind the times and didn't understand how to run the contest, for the next one, I know I had a partial in there, but for the next one, I wanted to give now like a just a choice. Um, so the runner-up will be able to have like a choice. This is one that I call Red Kitchen Essentials. It's not really big. It's I believe it's a 30 by 40, and hopefully you're able to kind of catch it. The pots and pans and things hanging. It's really nice. Reds and things of that nature. My daughter was in urgent care tonight with a migraine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Coriolis. It is very pretty. My favorite color is green too. Okay. Don't. Oh, hi, diamond painting with Eskies. How are you doing? So I definitely, you would have a choice of this. I like this one. I think what I'm hoping to do, since this one at a 30 by 40 is so nice, I think my heart is going to be set at doing it a little bit bigger. So that's why this one is one of the choices. And the other choice is going to be, it's called Drinking Tea. But this one I think would be it's cute. I still like it. It's 19 colors, so for it, but I think I would like this one in a larger size also. It's really nice, so I think it's going to be really cute, a nice quick one. And again, the second place, my little runner up, they will be able to kind of choose which one they want. So how the contest works, it's the standard. Make a comment if you're interested in participating. And then what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to wait until maybe Thursday or Friday of this week. I want to give everybody a chance to kind of get a comment in if they're interested in participating. But what I'm going to do is obviously run a randomizer off of the comments, the way it's supposed to have been read, and then have you guys message me and definitely, send it out. I'm going to be running probably at, I can't decide yet if it's 250, but I know it's going to be some work, getting out there, getting the message out, and trying to get everyone participating in diamond painting to really kind of focus on, the drill with me's and things. I'll probably be doing some unboxings because I have quite a few paintings that are coming in. I did place an order for my first 2 ever moments. I'm excited about that. So I'll definitely be doing some unboxings for those. But I just adopted this new diamond painting pen, And I know a lot of people always ask online, what is the excitement about those pens? Um, I want to make sure that I give someone an opportunity to kind of check. So I think for like 2 or 250, we're gonna do a diamond painting pen giveaway. Also, my son has a diamond painting pen that he's waiting on to come in, and I like to change my pens up just like I like to change my canvases. So I have a selection that I can choose from depending on my mood for that day. So I definitely feel like, just getting them into someone else's hands so they can fill them. I know there's several options out there, the straight ones. I like the ones with the unicorns and things on them. Um, and the reason I have a preference for these, if you haven't seen any of my prior videos, is because I have arthritis in this hand. And these bumps that they have on there, they make diamond painting doable for me. I can sit here for hours and diamond paint, where that wasn't an option. My hands were starting to cramp up. They would hurt for like a day or two. So I started noticing that I wasn't able to paint every day. And that was not fun. So now now that I've made my announcements and brought my awareness, I'm going to jump in and say hi to everyone. Let me see. You like that one too? Okay. Headache is getting better. I'm glad to hear it. Diamond painting with Eskies. Hi, everybody. Pauline Rawberry. Oh, that's Rowberry. I'm sorry for messing your name up. Well done on reaching 100. Love your current project. The colors are gorgeous. Man, I can't wait till it's done. But I want some sparkle and shine. I may have to buy some extra stuff to put in there. Where are we supposed to leave a comment, sweetheart? Is the chat not turned on? I hope it is. I think it just goes into the chat. You got it. Right in the end, I have 4 pens loaded and ready to use. I like to change them out for a cooler one. Hot hands here. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. You are right. Sometimes, after we've been painting for a while, it does feel good when you switch over to a new pen. And I would say that cooler effect is a good reason also. Okay, right in the end. Okay. Yeah, I think we just comment like right here. Hey. And I think when you comment, I think the randomizer selects from the comments in the chat. So um, that's what I hope. I hope it's not too complicated. Clearly, I gotta get to a point where I'm getting better at this. Your hands get tired too. Oh man, dude, up my hands. Not so much anymore because I definitely do a good job now of making sure that I keep my pens. I always work with 2 pens. I have this one that has a 3-placer. I use a 3-placer a lot. This one, if I have a large section that has multiples, this is a 6-placer. And then I'm always interchanging my single tips. Let's see. No, I think it's under the screen. It's under the screen. Oh, okay. Can't find it. Uh-oh. Okay. Hello, Crafting with Mrs. Coffee. After the live chat is over, you have to leave a comment under the video. There we go. Only comments below after the video is uploaded to live. Well, there we go. Let me get that out there. Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Coffee. She said after the live chat is over, you leave a comment under the video. And then the randomizer will recognize after the live chat is ended. So obviously we can't do it right now. I do feel like I don't know what I would do without you, Mrs. Coffee. Thank you very much. uh, so please make sure that, guys, that's why I'm doing the giveaway, because I feel like I keep leading you guys along, and I'm saying, come on, let's go. We're going on a journey. Oh, that's closed. Okay, well, we'll find another place to go. Oops, that's closed. So off on the adventure. We're going to go to another store. Sleepy, but I saw there was a live, so I wanted to pop in and say hello. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I know it's late. I know that there are some earlier lives, and I just want to make sure that I'm not stepping on toes. I literally was laying around today. I didn't get any diamond painting done, and I knew, I'm going to go on later on tonight and try and paint. So it was a good time. So how's everybody's week been going? How's everyone doing? What's going on? Any new news? Any old news? Has anybody been shopping? Man, oh man, oh man. I feel like I gotta save every dime I have. The 15th can't come soon enough. I'm getting just so excited. I really am getting excited. I can't wait. But it's taking forever. I will say that. So I just want them to come and get this money, get all these new canvases out so I can see what's going on. Boy, I don't know. I'm gonna be ecstatic. I definitely am gonna be ecstatic. So this week at my job, my hours are changing. I'm going to be a little bit later. I start at 10. This is going to be definitely new to me. And I had great hours when I first started. And a lot of the people who had been there for a while, they were, how'd she get such good hours? And so they came to talk to me. And of course, I don't mind. It's a new job. I'm a new person. I definitely understand. I probably would have felt the same way. So usually how they work it is, when you first start, they have um, they have you work a certain amount, a certain shift, and after so much time on that shift, you bid into a new shift, and that didn't happen for me. I got a nice. They asked me what I usually worked. I told them, and they made it happen. It couldn't have been easier, if you ask me. But I heard someone say, "How'd you get a better shift than me? I don't want to come in that time. She didn't have to pay no dues." So you know how that can be. Everyone has to pay their own dues. Oh, let's see. I'm looking and seeing. It's almost here. 7:45 minutes. But who's counting? Oh, just hope the DSC don't sell out before I get money next month. I don't think they'll sell out. I think that they're anticipating a lot of people wanting. They probably don't want to sit around with too much inventory, but I think it'll be good because if they do, then they could just have a sale. I'm on school holidays here in Australia. Spent 3 hours diamond painting this morning. Woo! Man, I would love that. I really would, especially when I'm feeling better. Now that I'm feeling better, man. But I haven't been feeling well, so just sitting up sometimes is giving me like more of a headache. I'm sneezing. My nose was running. So no more of that, thank goodness. How's everyone's week other than that? Anybody go out this week? Like, does anyone go out clubbing and dancing anymore? It's hard sitting here. I think in our community, if we did, we wouldn't have time to diamond paint. So I don't see it being something that we would do often. But I had a girlfriend that I went to college with a long time ago. She was here in Vegas, and she wanted to like run the streets and club and things. And too old to want to go out here. When you go on vacation, Cindy, do you? Got kids. I dance with my daughter to the duck song, and oh my goodness, oh my goodness, Baby Shark, man, that song will stay in your head for the whole day. So yeah, we're up kind of late tonight, man. Um, like I said, it's because my hours changed at work. So if I go to bed now, oh my gosh, I'll probably be up like 6 hours before I even have to be at work. So it is no point. Plus, I do know that we do have some people in our community, like Australia and other places, where it'd be nice to kind of get to know them a little bit more and not just see their comments from the videos, to be able to chit chat with them live. So hopefully this helps out. Um, I would like to chit chat with everybody live, see what everybody's doing and how everybody's working. So yeah, I had a girlfriend here, and she wanted to go clubbing, and I don't go out. I don't even know where to go, and she's, I don't know, trying to relive our youth, I guess. She doesn't have any kids. She's like, the premier auntie. So her sisters have had children, but not her. And she still wants to go to the club. That's hard. It's such a hard thing to do. Once you get, I told her I don't want to be the old woman in the club. Men looking past me. I think that would be embarrassing. That's more embarrassing than you going up to someone. I went up to a guy one time, and it was at a club, and he was standing against a wall, and he was bouncing his head like he enjoyed the music. And I said, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and he just bust out laughing like, "So, thank you, Commander Blocks. How are you?" um, he just bust out laughing. He thought it was funny that I called him beautiful. And I didn't know what this. I'm like, what? Like I got egg or something on my face. And he just laughed. He laughed so hard. He was still laughing when I walked away. I didn't figure it out. But yeah, so it's hard to be in the club for nowadays, because those are experiences that I think about, dumb moments where I said the wrong thing or I didn't do something right. And you got to worry about the drink nowadays. Can't sit it down. Not that you should have ever sat it down, but I'm absent-minded at points, and sometimes I just, oh, that's my song, and I'll run off and go dance. Can't come back to the drink. Not these days. Let's see, 12 watching and 2 likes. Smash that like button. There you go. I like that. When I was younger, I was too broke. Now I spend my money on any of my grandkids. You know what, Cindy? I definitely agree. I have better things I can spend my money on. And I'm trying to give it all to Diamond Art Club. I just want them to come and get it. Come get this money. I keep telling them. Oh, so any funny dealings this weekend? Anybody have any great stories? Anything to share? Let's see. I can't put my drinks down at home. I got kids. It will get drank. That is my son. My son would get your drink. Oh, and it'll be gone. I remember I was thirsty one night. I had bought drinks for everyone. I didn't drink mine. I put mine in the fridge. I got up in the middle of the night, and he was in the living room. He had fell asleep on the couch watching TV. And I go in the fridge, and my drink's not there. And I heard him say, "Uh oh." Like he didn't realize he had said it out loud. So don't let awkward moments deter you from getting out. We all have I get that, Commander. I really do. It just it set me back because I never understood what he was like. What was so funny? Like, is it me? Do I have something? I was checking my teeth. Do I have spinach in my teeth? I don't understand. But maybe I shouldn't have said, "You are so beautiful." That's like maybe a guy's line. I don't know. I think about it now, though. Just a normal, crazy Esky moments. Really? So that's good. If you're having some normal moments and things, I don't want any new craziness going on. I'd rather just have regular days, regular days. Summertime's coming. The weather's getting nice everywhere. Anybody have any great expeditions coming up this summer? Hello. How you doing, Mimi? How's it going? Nothing crazy. Um, Last year for Memorial Day weekend, we went. I always like to take my kids hiking. We'll go hiking. It's something that I can do at my pace, so that's why I like it. I like to get them outdoors, enjoying nature also. So we'll do like camping trips, 1 day camping trips, things like that. Um, and we went last year this time to South Lake Tahoe here in Nevada. It's on like the state line of California. I am feeling better. Oh, thank you, Mimi. I'm planning some big hikes myself. Really? Where do you like to hike at? So we were out and about. Keep in mind, I think my lesson is I got to start looking things up before I engage and before I get into it, because I I find myself. We was halfway into a trail, and we seen a bear sign, and I'm like, oh, time to turn around. It's time to head on the hell back. So we are on our way back. We had been maybe hiking for, I don't know, a good while. And I tell my kids it's time. It's we got to go. We got to get back. We starting to see bear signs. I don't know how I missed it, but at the little campsites and things, you even see the bear boxes, the metal bear boxes up in the tree where you're supposed to put your food. So I'm in Washington State. I'm thinking of hiking the Cascades, the Olympics, and Mount Rainier. I don't know about Mount Rainier. I hear there's like mountain lions and things up in there, but yeah, the Cascades I hear are really nice. Um, so we're on the trail walking past bear boxes, hadn't even thought anything about what's those boxes up in the trees for until I saw a bear sign. And we on our way back now. Got to get off this trail because I don't know. I don't have no bear spray. I don't know what to do if we come across a bear. And we had some hikers who they were on their way up the trail and we were going back down. And they said that they had saw like a baby bear. And I'm like, oh hell, y'all about to die because mommy can't run, but mommy about to outrun y'all. I felt bad. My kids are older. I might have felt a little bit of, I might have felt guilty if they were younger, but shoot, you should have seen how fast I got up out of the mountains. I was trying my hardest. I will bring my guard dog. You will bring a guard dog? Yeah. I hate flying. I've been on a couple of harrowing flights. He is really tough. Cocker Spaniel. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Harrowing flights. I used to fly every year from Vegas to Ohio to see my family back home. And the way that the turbulence is going against the weather, oh my gosh. Yeah, it felt like the plane was going to come apart. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to scare anybody. Pushing those babies down. Yep, Mrs. Coffee, pushing them down. I didn't feel bad though. Like my son was like 19 at the time, and my daughter was like 14, 15. No, I didn't feel bad at all. Y'all better come on. I'm gone. Bye. Yeah, I don't move fast, but I was when I saw it's a bear down there. We saw a baby bear. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna be dinner. I'm not gonna be dinner. I'm not gonna be one of the ones from the movies. I remember when I was little, I used to watch movies. I used to be like, why do women always fall? Get up! That used to make me so mad. I'm gonna miss y'all. As you didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad. I was very consistent, Mrs. Coffee. I, I definitely was consistent. Heading out for the night. I hope you have. Thank you, Commander. You have a good night, also. Yeah. Hello, Sherry. How are you? How you doing tonight? I know you had a paper due. Did you go live last night? So so yeah, I got down. We got back safely, and we never ran into the bear while we were out walking. So we get to the car, and we said we were going to go a little bit further down, um, to more of the resort area of Lake Tahoe. And when we were in the car driving down, we saw the baby bear had traveled a little ways down. It was small, but I still didn't want to run into it. Oh, yeah. So that was. I mean, obviously, I got to do my homework. It's something I'm not really good at. Just got to do my homework on things, and I probably should have did my homework on the area before we just got out. We were like, "Come on, let's go," you know. So that's my lesson in life. Yeah, not to run into a bear and poor kids. Those are my lessons. uh, but this year, let's see, I don't have a lot of travel plans at all. My mom is supposed to be moving from Ohio here to Vegas. She has reached a stage in her life. I think I was talking about her where, she wants to be closer to family. I think it's a great idea, but she's bored out of her mind right now. She won't just go ahead and retire. So I don't know. I've been trying to talk her into at least retiring so she'll have some money coming in and she can do a little bit more. And I think she's scared to officially retire because it means something. Where y'all going? Hey, hey, it's Justin. You going to say hi to everyone? Hey, everybody. Let's say hi. How you feeling? Headache's going a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. I told them that you weren't feeling well. You weren't joining me. So where are you going? Store. You want it? I always want something. Um, everyone's saying hi. Sherry's saying hi. You're good. No paper dues. Done with everything yesterday. But you didn't end up going live. I didn't see anything. I thought so. Yay, video. Uh, Miss Cindy said hi, Justin. Um, yeah, I did them. Yeah. Which store are you going to? Yeah, give me something to drink. Um, my hair. I need to put it up. Is there like a hair tie or anything over there? Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Just a little hair tie. Yeah, cause it's my neck is sweating. There we go. It's If you want to grab my wallet, I want you know which the red one. The red one. I want if you're getting a drink, I would like a drink. Something diet with light ice. Sorry, I'm on. I'm coming now. All right. So Justin's up. He's feeling better. He said, "Handsome dude, you got there." Oh, hi Justin. Watch out for your mama and those bears. Retirement is kind of scary at first, but it really is wonderful. I did it with chat, but I couldn't do an hour. Oh, sounds awesome. I will have to look for it. Retirement is certainly scary. I'm looking at that right now, hoping I can finish up at the end of this year. So, Pauline, I know you said you're looking to finish up at the end of the year. I mean, I don't know what it is. She's been off work for over a year. And my stepdad, he retired. I parent my stepdad and my mom have been together for 27 years, so I call him dad. But he retired with no problem soon as he was old enough. I think he's been retired like 5 years now. He's a few years older than my mom. She just will not pull, and I keep telling her, "Mom, well, what's the problem?" No, I'm not going to retire. So they're living off of his retirement, but that could be extra money that she can go places and do things with. And I don't know, like what the disconnect is, what it means, and why she's scared. Yeah, that is sweet. So that's what I wonder. But my dad's all down for moving here to Vegas. He can't wait. My mom, I think she's coming because he's coming. And at the end of the day, I don't know why she's scared to retire. But I told her, you coming to Vegas, you're going to need some money. I'm not going to be able to pay for everything. When we go out, I want you to take me and treat me sometimes too. I want to eat. I would love for you to be able to treat me occasionally. Because obviously, when your parents are here and they're first in town, you want to make them proud. You're like, I got this. I got this. But that's not going to last forever. you know. So I want them to take advantage of my first few generous couple of weeks. But then after that, hey, who got me? Yeah, I'm hungry too. I want to eat. Nobody got any money? You cooking? That's the one thing that's good about mom's moving out here. She's going to be cooking. Yes. So the diet. I am still dieting, just in case you guys are wondering. Yay, I finally caught one. Hi, Quiet. Heidi. How are you? You must be on the West Coast. It's one. I live in Vegas, Heidi. Does she have a pension? She has a pension. Yep. And I don't know what it is. The scary part is not having the security of a salary. What if I do not? I would agree, except she doesn't have, she's not working at all, Pauline. She doesn't have any money coming in. She hasn't filled out whatever paperwork needs to be set up so that she can start to pull from the pension from her job. And obviously, if she gets, if there's social security, whatever is attached to that, some people are afraid that when they retire, they might. I think, to be honest, I do think that that's what it is. Mama cooking ain't nothing. I'm telling you, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, that's the one thing I can't wait for at all. And I told her too. I was like, you might as well get all the recipes together. I know you don't cook like you did when we was little, but you get them together because I want them to taste like they did when we was little. I don't want to hear I done got tired. No laziness. We're gonna get in the kitchen. We're gonna get this done right. She was like, that's the only reason why you want me to come out there? Pretty much. So we're going to see how this goes, but I'm excited. She has the sloppy Joe recipe that's so delicious. And she used to make homemade bread. And she would slice the bread and she would pour the sloppy Joe over it. And we called it Joe Marie's. And I said, because my mom's name is Marie. And I used to say, you should open your own restaurant and call it Joe Marie's. And oh goodness, I can't wait till she comes out here for that at all. When my dad died, I was raised by my dad, and my brother was raised by my mom. And when my real dad passed away, my brother moved here to Vegas so I wouldn't be alone in the world. And when I told him that my mom was moving out here, that was the one thing he talked about also. You think she gonna make some Joe Marie's? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gonna make some Joe Marie's. I cannot wait. So yummy. What's your favorite? Sloppy Joe's homemade. Yep, it's so good. That's awesome. My father thought I would be bored. It's going on 3 years, and I'm not bored yet. Well, I'm glad. I have a list of things I want to do. My motto is my grandmother. Had to make an appointment to see her because she was never home. I tried to tell my mom that. Bake. Oh, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. Oh my goodness, that is one of my favorite dishes. Baked macaroni and cheese. Oh my gosh, and the way she make it. Oh Lord, Lord. Yep, I need to go head on and get this diet underway so I can get me a cheat day. My son told me he thinks I need a cheat day because I fell off the wagon while we were sick. Yep, I'm not sure how I had time to work. I'm Southern. Ooh, man. Baked macaroni and cheese and ribs. That sounds real good right now. So I fell off the wagon because I was so sick and I was hungry. And I didn't feel like going in the kitchen and make myself anything to eat. And so I tried. I really did try. I was so tired. And I was like, man, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So I was like, I'm going to go and get myself a grilled chicken salad. You guys will all be proud to know that I got the grilled chicken salad. The problem was I was hungry, so hungry, that I needed to stop by McDonald's and get some french fries to go with the grilled chicken salad because I could at least eat the fries while I was driving back home. So, not my proudest moment at all. I felt crappy. And my son was trying to pick up my spirits, and he kept saying, so just have a cheat day once a week, just have a cheat day or something like that. And then you won't feel so bad because you shouldn't feel this bad. But I had such great progress. It had been just about 3 weeks. And I was doing really well. And so I was proud of myself, really proud of myself. But the moment I was tested, I fell off the wagon. I felt bad. Uh, I have a short list of foods I hate. Sloppy Joe's is at the top. Oh, I must not have had your mama's. There, Sherry, you just don't know. Baked mac and cheese, you're making me hungry. I agree, Cindy B. I think that news has probably made the decision for me. Oh, I'm going to have to scroll up. My ex hated them too. Whoa, what did he hate? Let me scroll up. Let's see. I saw that. I think you have to keep busy. Yep. It's also on the list. See that. I'm still healthy and able to enjoy it. That's what I told my mom. She's so young. She's so. I think that she just definitely needs to get out here. I had time to work. I've seen all of that. Getting hungry too. Potatoes and vegetables. I love potatoes. It's just not healthy the way I eat them. You know, when you put all the bacon on it and the cheese. And, oh man. But yeah, potato is definitely healthy. I love them. You shouldn't feel bad. It happens. You don't do that. I definitely don't do it every day. What is a sloppy Joe? Pauline, a sloppy Joe is ground beef and like peppers, onions. You make a homemade. I don't know how to make the sauce. I really don't, because you can buy it in a can, but it just doesn't taste the same. And it's barf on a bun. It's a mixture of like onions, peppers. I think you could put little chilies in it. It's pretty good. It really is. It's hard to describe because I don't know how to make it homemade. There you go, manwich. I think that's what the stuff in the can is called, manwich. And manwich is decent. I'll eat manwich, but not when Joe Marie's are around. Oh my gosh. So I'm just looking forward to the Joe Marie's. Whew, man, oh man, oh man. Anyway, um, I told my mom that she should move out here because we have a very active and vibrant senior community. And when you go to the senior center, you can sign up for. You could have like you were saying how you had a full active life. You can have activities all day, every day. It is so vibrant in the senior community. We stayed around the corner from the Heritage Park one, and I used to take my kids because they had so many activities. You have to know someone. You can't just go. My landlord of 14 years, he used to go to the community center all the time. He signs up. He has classes and everything, and so we would meet him there, and then we can sign up for different activities and things like that. But they had everything. You could take this class. You could take that class. You tennis. They have just to kind of give you guys an idea of the things that they can do. They have softball leagues, and they have them broken out by groups. So you could be in the 40 to 60. You can be in the 60 to 85 group. So, and they have teams and they play people in their age category. So they have softball, they have a basketball league, they have volleyball, they have swimming. They got a ton of swimming at the senior community. Um, I guess when you're near retirement, you become the perfect swimmer because they have all kind of aquatic sports. They have what's that sport where you put the diver's hat on and you're playing with the soccer ball in the polo, water polo. They have water polo. It's a lot of fun. Yep. How are you all? Like a hamburger? Almost like a hamburger, but a little bit better. You have me wanting sloppy joes now. Which that sounds so good, Mimi. Like a very sloppy hamburger. I guess that's a good way to say it. Sherry, that's a pretty good way. I want to go to a senior community. Exactly. They do some fun stuff. Yep. Like spaghetti sauce, but seasoned more like. Yeah, Coriolis. It is almost like a spaghetti sauce. It is really seasoned. It's really good. You guys have been such a awesome influence on me. I have 46 pending orders on AliExpress for 74 items, including 20 diamond paintings. What's wrong with that, Heidi? You make that sound like that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Enjoy the addiction. It's the best addiction you can have. I like it. Uh, I hate ham barbecues. Okay, I've been told that 6 times today. Oh, wow, That's quite the shopping spree. I hope you save some money, Heidi, because you know Diamond Art Club, they having their new releases on the 15th. That's quite the shopping. Fine. How are you? Oh, yep. Enjoy the addiction. I enjoy mine. I'm just waiting on Diamond Art Club to come get some of this money, boy. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. I just, trying to guess. She said there's going to be some new artists. I've been looking around. I've seen a couple of artists on Pinterest. I was wondering if there was an artist. Oh, I can't remember his name. One of the ladies in the Facebook group. She had posted a picture. What happened was I clicked on her name, ended up going to her page, and she had some artist on her page that she had liked. And so I went to his page, and he had a lot of like just different types of Marvel art, different women depictions in superhero roles. Man, I was like, I hope that he is one of the artists that starts to get featured for diamond paintings. Someone told me that you could see a picture that you like and do a custom or request a custom. So I think, and I saw that Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, she has a custom that she was working on. Let's see, fine, enjoy this. I only spent $250. Oh my God, I thought my 6 orders were bad. You make me feel good. I'm one of the rare few that can't seem to find a Diamond Art Club that I'm like, what? Wow, that's the best. um, is it one that you like, or one that you can't like settle on one? Maybe you'll see some you like at this new reveal. There's a ton I like. Hopefully, I know the little previews that they've shown. I like those a lot. I definitely like the preview ones a lot. So I'm just anxious to see what they have, um, so that we can get some of these paintings, get them up, start getting these walls filled. My goal is to try and bring the addiction to just a few more people that live around me, so that I can have people. I like when I come online and when I go to live, because I have people that I can diamond paint with. So I think that that's the one thing that just brings all the lives together. And let's see. Oh, it's moving. It's actually my first ever custom. I'm finally working on it again after 8 days. Sorry, ladies, but I have to go get some sleep. I've been up since 6 a.m. It's almost 10 here. I will leave a comment tomorrow when I wake up. Thank you, Mrs. Oh, that's Mrs. Eskies. I'm sorry. I'm looking at. You have a good night. It is. It is probably late. I get that, Heidi. I didn't at first, but the more I see the unboxings and such, I start to follow. That's how I am. When I watch someone's unboxing, I really think the unboxings help a lot in the community. I think they help a lot in our community because not only can you see what the finished product looks like, you can definitely make maybe a final determination if that's something that you really want. If it doesn't come out the way that you're hoping, then you saved yourself a couple bucks that you can spend on a different painting. So that's one of the most important parts. I think that's why I love the unboxings. I really do. I sit there and I watch them. I like the whole part of the unboxing. I like to hear you talk about it. I like when you touch the canvas. I like when you look at the symbols. When you determine if some of the symbols are the same. I like the whole unboxing. I like when you measure. Also, when you guys measure, because I'm noticing that some companies can't count. And what happens is not only can they not count, but you thought you ordered one size and they included all this fluff around the edge. So I want to know what Diamond Art Club paintings you have in your stash. Names, please. Oh, no problem. I certainly will. I have Friends of the Maidens. Can you see that? Hopefully I didn't. Maybe if I bring it. Friends of the Maiden, Mandy Manzano. I hope I'm saying her name right. I don't know if I am. I forget who did a video on this. Ran out and purchased that. This is This Little Light of Mine. My aunt, she was one of the ones that died on Christmas that I told you guys about. She used to sing this song all the time. So when I seen the video, someone had it and it was so sparkly. It reminded me of her. So I got it because I want to do it and give it to my cousin. That was her daughter. And she used to sing it. She was in the choir. She was one of the lead singers in the choir. And I remember her singing it all the time. This little light of mine. I can't sing, so I'm not going to. But I do remember. This is the beauty that I've kitted up, and I keep this trying. I think she's next. Cindy, didn't you just finish her? So this is Lips Like Morphine. That Mrs. Crochet and Coffee got me to buy. I saw her, and when she worked on it, I loved it. I was like, oh, that is beautiful. I was in love with her. And so I got her. She's kitted up and ready to go. I almost started on her today because I just, for whatever reason, my Disney, I love Disney. And I don't know, I think once I finish with this, I think I'm going to be sad. It's my first square, and I like working with squares, but I feel like I'm touching it all the time and things like that. This is the other one that's kitted up and ready to go. This is Nola. Nola is like, I went to New Orleans twice. I went before. I don't know if you can see this really well. How about you just do that, Tia? So I went to New Orleans twice. I went before um, their hurricane and after. And the difference after Katrina was so detrimental to me. So this meant a lot when I saw Nola and I could see it reminded me of the fun that I had, and I couldn't wait to go back. And the maybe that's a better angle. I'm trying. But I was so shocked about the difference. I couldn't believe it. So obviously you guys see a theme. All of the diamond art clubs, they have personal meaning to me. Not that the smaller ones don't, but I'll see something that I like. It may not have a personal meaning. I just want it because it's cute and I'll get it. But when you're buying from Diamond Art Club, I want that artwork to have like a special meaning. So this is um, Mandy Manzano. This is I Miss You. And that's a little girl that's looking up at the moon. That's me looking at the moon, thinking about my dad. So I don't know if I talked to you guys the other day. April 4th was my real dad's his birthday. Like I said, he raised me. And April 4th is, every once in a while, it hits me really hard. Like, he's not here. And like I told you, my family, they didn't have a lot of fortune for Christmas. A lot of them have passed away at Christmas or on Christmas, which makes it worse sometimes. But birthdays were huge to my dad. I got the I Miss You because I feel like that little girl that's just waiting for an opportunity to talk to my dad, and he's not there for me to talk to. And I call my dad, my real dad, I call him Poppy. And my mom's husband, I call him Dad. So sometimes you'll hear me saying Poppy. That's always my dad that I'm talking about. But we have a great relationship, and I do have a father figure that I can turn to, but I do miss my dad. I miss Poppy, and I don't have him to talk to. He was my best friend, and we talked about everything. So let's see, the canvases are having to work on. Looks like yes. You just finished yours, Cindy. I will buy one just for the organic experience they talk about. I really like Parophilia, but I know how she ended up in Shakespeare play. Couldn't buy it. Damn you guys on DRC site now. I have a serious online shopping issue. I'll never leave the house again. Yep, there are some beautiful landscapes. Yes, they are. So let's see. This one right here, this is Tell Me Stories. It's the glare because of the plastic. I took the plastic off of some of them. Hopefully you can see it. But this one, another Mandy Manzano, and it's Tell Me Stories. This one right here, I saw it completed by is it Winnie? I think that I saw completed it. I can't remember. I saw her video. It was so nice. It was so sparkly. Had to get it. So it's a square, and like I said, when I got them, I was like, oh wow. Plus, I gotta have a wall to put them on. So that crochet and Mrs. Coffee. Here she go, Camellia. I saw her working on this. That was another one I had to have. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. And then when she was doing the different sections and she was showing the pieces and stuff, I really like this. And I always tell people that I have a Wonder Woman alter ego. And I felt like Camellia Lady could be another alter ego of mine. She looks so shy and innocent, and then she got that little strap hanging off her shoulder. That's not really shy and innocent, so that's like just a dichotomy of two different personalities. But I really did like, and when she was working on it, the colors were so. She seemed excited when she first got the box, and I was like, ooh, I can't wait. And I felt the same way. I couldn't wait. I got the box. It's pink. Yeah. So that's Camellia Lady. This one right here, I won't be working on it for a while, but I did get it to commemorate. I think next year is when they're coming out with Avatar, and I think it will be what, their 10-year. They started working on it at the 10-year. So when I seen it, it definitely reminded me of Avatar. We went to the movies. I never pay the strip price for movies, but when I went to see Avatar, we went and saw it in IMAX. Man, was that an expensive it was an expensive outing. But not only did we do it once, we went to see this 4 times at the movies when it was first released. So that's how much Avatar meant to us. My kids were excited. Yes, we got popcorn and drinks, and I didn't make them share. So I think that's critical. Let's see. Tell Me Stories and Wonderland are the first 2 I did. Oh man, Tell Me Stories looks so nice. I like that one. Tell Me Stories is on my wish list. I am thinking of kitting up dangerous roads after the 30 by 40 I'm doing now. Thinking about Camellia Lady because I have a camellia garden. Oh, I like that. Are you going to leave the people in it? I thought if I get it, is it really been that long for Avatar? I think Avatar came out in either '08 or '09, Sherry. So this is 10 years, and I think they started working on, but they're going to have quite a few now. But I think they started working on number 2, and I think they have 3 more in the works. I watched a program about it a few months ago, and then when I saw Blue Zion, I say, oh, I have to get that. But that one, that's not on my to-do list anytime soon. But I do know as we get closer to when they start to show the trailers and things, I'm gonna want to work on it. Yes, I think there is quite a story to think about in the picture. Exactly. So this one right here, this is Worlds Away. I don't know if you can see it, but this is Worlds Away. She's in a bathtub. She got her feet kicked out with the moon. Man, Sherry, you should get this one because this reminds me of you. When you kick back and you relax with your mellow voice, all you need is a glass of wine, take a bath, and this is all you in the picture. So I think you should definitely have you uh, um, a Worlds Away in your collection. I think there's quite a story. Hi, guys. Thought I would pop in and say hi. Hi, Diamond Painting with Anxiety. Oh, number 2 plus. More in the works. Sweet. I bought the Blu-ray disc when it first came out. It was my first ever Blu. Yep. I bet it looked nice, too. Yep, that's you. I definitely think of you when I see it. And this one right here, I know I told y'all the story about how I tried to get my mom to diamond paint. She clearly won't be joining us in the addiction. But I have Talitha Kum. I think it's Kumi, if you look online. And it's a story about how a child died, and some of the biblical miracles where the little girl died, and then Jesus came in and said, "Rise up." So it's a story. It's a movement also online, and the movement is about saving young girls from, how they have that trafficking industry. So twofold. I had just watched some sort of documentary on it, and then I remembered my mom. She had like a book of Bible stories, and she was reading and telling me about this at one point. And so when I got it, I thought of her. She's not going to do it, so I'm going to have to do it and then give her the picture done. And this is probably down the road also. But like I said, when it comes to buying from Diamond Art Club, I definitely have like more of a connection and a personal, lengthy message with it. That's too funny. I'm loving your painting. Uh, how are you? What's up? Nothing much. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy sipping on this. Okay. I'm putting my drink away. Oh, that's refreshing and cold. Thank you. I'm drinking diet soda, guys. That's on my allowed list. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. So, so that was my stash. I know, Cindy, you asked me before also. So that was my stash. I have a little one. Oh, also, one that I ended up giving to my son because he wanted to do the diamond painting. Oh, let me see your. I want to show that one also. The box. You know how the box. The box is easy enough. I don't want you to break it out. I don't know if you guys can see that gumball. I want to make. There we go. That's pretty good. Gumball is. This is my son right here, the blue cat. He's got a game controller in his hand, and he is playing with. It looks like a fish. He's got a game controller in his hand. Then there looks like a pink cat up here on the couch, or is that a chair, love seat, with a notebook. This is definitely my son, his best friend, and my daughter irritated at these two because they're playing the game on the TV in the living room, and she doesn't want to play the game. She wants the TV so that she can listen to TV while she's either on her tablet or her notebook or writing, not looking at the TV. That literally is why I bought this. I was going to do it and then give it as a gift to my son, and he said, "Oh, that's nice. I should get one." And I was like, "Well, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. I'll just give it to you and you can do it." So, but when I saw this, you have Gumball, love it. Gumball is the cat, Darwin is the fish, and the bunny is Anai. Okay, well, there we go. So I'm going to make sure, but that's what that reminds me of because my daughter, she doesn't really care if she's not using it. She just feels like she has the rights to everything. So, especially where brother's concerned, I'll ignore her, but he really, I don't know, it's a guy thing, but he really tries like sometimes to cater to her and things. So, but that's what that reminds me of. The other one that I have, Diamond Art Club had the little ones where you can get your. Where is my box set? Here it is. Where you pay your shipping and you can get a free. This was my first Diamond Art Club, and I know somebody announced today in the Facebook group that they had got a free Diamond Art Club. They just paid shipping. That's what this was, Believe in Yourself. And I gave that as a gift for my niece. My niece is 3, but my niece is 3 and she's been here before. So she is probably going on 27. Um, and she had another painting that I gave her of a unicorn, and she went crazy over that one. Such a good son. Oh, he definitely is. We were talking about that this morning because he does a lot of the charity events with me. And my daughter decided she wanted to go with us. And I was like, "Are you sure?" I don't mind. I don't mind walking. I just don't like being around people. And I told her, "Well, we're going to be around people." We were around about 1,000 people. So it started to show. She started to get frustrated. I was like, I don't know why we brought her. Why did we bring her? So we had fun though. We were walking. You guys would have been proud of me because it was uphill, and I felt like just looking at the hill was I was burning fat. So you guys would have definitely been proud of me. It was. I don't like to go up too high a hill, too steep a hill. I'll make sure that, I went at my pace though, which is why I don't mind hiking and things. But when some of these walks, they meant for you to get it over with. They don't want to be out there. And so they kind of rush the group along. With my daughter Cindy, yeah, she doesn't go. Uh, it's so peoply out here, mom. Oh my gosh, you sound just like her. She doesn't like to go. She hates Walmart. Like, I can't get her to go to Walmart with me. If we're out and I've stopped at the store and oh my God, I forgot to get some laundry detergent. I forgot to get toilet tissue. My daughter will drop me off at home. Then you can go to Walmart. She will not go to Walmart at all. She hates it there. She'll go anywhere else. She'll go to Target. She would go to Kmart. We only have one Kmart left here in town now, and it's all the way on the other side of town. I still try and get out there to help support them, but it's just a far ride. Sometimes you gotta stay close. She just will not go to Walmart. She hates it. She's always talking about people here. She said there's a thing online called the People of Walmart, and they must all get the pictures from our Walmart. Oh, I don't know what to say. We do see some doozies when we go to Walmart. What's the worst thing you guys have ever seen at Walmart? That's me. If the store is crowded, I just leave. Everything can wait until another day. That's her. That's definitely her. Um, I don't know what it is. People sometimes just roll out of whatever they're doing and head on into Walmart, you know? So they were halfway through with a shower. They might come in there with the shower curtain rolled around them. You're liable to see anything in our Walmart. I mean, I live in Vegas, so just keep that into perspective. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? But yeah, you're liable to see anything at our Walmart. Guy in bikini and fishnets. Oh, he must have come here after he left where you are, because I've seen that bikini. We saw today at the walk. We seen a gentleman. He had on underwear. That was it, just underwear, no shirt or anything. He had on. It looked like a woman's silk robe. Instead of tying the string around him, he had it tied in the back, and he had on high heel shoes. And my daughter said, oh, "He's the kind that shops at Walmart." I see. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, we're liable to see all kinds of stuff, and she just I'll go and I'll chit chat because I'll talk to anybody. I love to talk, but she just, "Mom, take me home." So I don't even bother taking her anywhere. My son, he goes a lot of places with me. We kind of hang out. He has a friend, and his friend, they're real cool. They do like a lot of Korean martial arts and boxing and stuff like that. And his friend and him, they're liable to go somewhere with me before my daughter. But they always trying to ask me for dating tips and stuff. So I feel like they're not being genuine when they're offering to go places with me. What do you think this girl would like? And what kind of stuff do girls like? I get asked that a lot from my son and his friend when they go places with me. They giggle, they look at girls, and then they try and ditch me. Why'd you come if you're gonna try and ditch me? So young men, they just being young men. They're really responsible, so I don't say anything. Let's see, it's picking up in here. Oh, pink bikini. I can imagine, though. I can definitely imagine. Crafting with Christy. Hello, how are you? Yeah. So that's my story about Walmart and why I don't take my daughter, why my son goes more places with me, because she's not a people person at all. So I'm trying to break her out of that because she's young. I told her, you're going to be an old maid up on a cabin in the woods somewhere. Somebody going to come along with a wolf and eat you. That's what I think. I should maybe have said that about the wolf. The wolf might not like her. She might not be his taste. Uh, oh, yeah. So this week, coming up this week, back on my diet, back to focusing really hard on. I think I did a great job with um, my water intake. I definitely did a great job with my water intake. I followed like a lot of my. I'm trying. Like I said, I wasn't doing a diet. Like I didn't pick any fat or anything like that. I literally just wanted to limit my carbs, to increase my water intake, and to eat like more lean choices in meat, so that I'm not eating so much fatty items. I did give up like my iced coffees, and that was really hard to do, but I did it, um, and I feel a little bit better because of it. I noticed that if you caught one of my videos, thank you very much, Jeremy. I caught one of your videos earlier. You had a 5.5 hour video, I think, and I think I got up to, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours or something. I was starting to get a little sleepy, but I did catch it earlier this morning. So, and I had a lot that I was trying to do, so I had to get up and get going. Let's see. One of the focuses this week is I want to find a way to incorporate like fruit. Fruit is high in natural sugar, but it's still high in sugar. And so, I mean, I'm trying not to deprive myself on anything. I saw an ex coworker of mine. She left the company probably 4 years ago, and we stayed in touch through Facebook and everything like that. After she left the company, she had started to a program where she pays to lose weight. And after she paid to lose weight, she was so successful that she started to become like a distributor. So she was very successful. Like 7 months in, she had dropped like 70, 80 pounds, something like that. Very, very successful. Seen her on Facebook the other day, and she looks like she's gained all the weight back and then some. And obviously, that's not a comfortable conversation. So I mentioned nothing about it. I just basically said, hey, are these recent pictures? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, how's the job and all of that? But they're recent pictures. And I know that she had lost weight. I always look at my husband like, you're going to get whatever body is under these clothes. Round is a shape. Or my favorite is baby weight. You get whatever weight's under these clothes. I like that. Uh, I was going to go to bed, but now that I found you guys, I want to stay up and diamond paint. There you go. Yeah, live last night was long. It was, but you know what? You look like you were having fun. You pulled out your little stash. I was like, oh. So, and then, it's good because, my son, he diamond paints with me. And he's like always sitting here on the end. But today he wasn't feeling well, so he's up and about a little while ago, and he came in and said hi to everyone. But I think he's just gonna. He went to the store to get him a little drink. He wants some orange juice and stuff, and I think for him, it's good to see that it's a lot of men in the community also. So I really do like that. You did your live, being able to diet. Oh yeah, I got that one. So yeah, I'm glad you joined us, Diamond Painting with Anxiety. What you working on? So other than that, this week is definitely the focus on trying to incorporate fruit in. We'll see. I don't want to lose weight and then gain it all back. I want to do something that's safe. If I lose a couple pounds here, a couple pounds there, because they say if you lose it slowly, you're more likely to be able to keep it off. So my problem is my weight gain came when I had no mobility because I was in a wheelchair. So for me, it's a little bit different. Can't move like I was moving before, and now I'm trying though. I'm trying to get out, and my kids are very patient with me. Very patient with me. I like to go on walks because it's something that I can do at my own pace. I do have a gym membership. I go to the gym, and my kids, they don't go to the gym with me because I know they want to get in there, they get on these machines, and they want to leave. I can spend 2 hours on one machine, and I go zero point 0.5 miles an hour. Just let me do this at my pace. So, uh, I was seeing that my dad and my husband diamond paint. That's true. That's right. Your dad does, and I have seen your husband diamond painting with you. Thank you, Diamond Painting with Anxiety. Just got done recording my whipping chat for tomorrow. Oh, I guess you don't want to hear about the cinnamon rolls. I just don't have I'm in between paintings right now. Gotta kit something up. Well, I like when I'm in between because I'll kit up a few things, especially after I caught that Harbor Freight sale last week. I have a ton of storage containers. Now I can get through a lot of this stuff and put them in my drawers and just wait until they're ready. Um, oh, wow. Well, I'm planning on it. How do you guys pick a painting? Like when you're done with one, how do you? I have a schedule, but I don't seem to be following my schedule. Sometimes it's just what's in the moment. And then I know there's a couple of people who are saying that they'll work on a couple of projects at once. I think that's a good idea also. And I'll probably try that after this one so that, it stays fresh and things. And I always am bouncing between one project or another. I think that'll be really fun. Yeah. Well, you guys are real quiet tonight. Everybody must be diamond painting. Anybody seen any new movies? I have not been to the movies in a while. I haven't been. Let's see, what's the last movie that I went to see? Captain Marvel, I think, was the last movie that I went to see. Anybody else see Captain Marvel? I pick whichever I'm in the mood for. I look at them, whichever one I don't make the face. Pick whatever one's calling me. I'm working very hard to get my cup up. A cup diamond painting done. Oh, that should be fun. I get new stuff in and change my mind. I do that also. I get something new in. I may say this will be next. Thinking of doing dangerous roads. It's a big one. What's the biggest one that everyone's worked on? I think I did a 45 by. Mine are small. Oh, I think Mrs. Crochet and Coffee won. She did Rico. That was huge. That one would have taken. I'd probably still be working on it because I'd work like 2 weeks and then I probably would have to move on to something else to keep me excited about it. So I might do a smaller one. Yeah, it's probably been 15 years since I seen a movie in the theater. What do you watch your movies on, Jeremy? You have what is it, Showbox or Shadowbox or something? Every time I get one, I'm like, ooh, this one is next. Yep, that's how I feel. This one is next. My schedule. Someone I posted in the community that I was starting one painting. Then I got another one in. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna keep this one up, and I'm gonna start on that one next." And someone messaged me and said, "But I thought you said you were doing this one." I said, oh, I changed my mind. It'll probably change again soon too. The next the next mail session I get, when I get China mail, you never know. But I am devoted to trying to, because I had did a lot of gifts, so now I'm trying to get my walls filled up. So I got to start thinking about me. 30 by 40 is the biggest one. 55 by 70. That's pretty decent size right there. 55 by 70. Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. How big is K Rico Siren? That is huge. 40 by 110. Great wall. Wow, that's big. I ordered a huge one to do with the residents. I think that's a good idea. I do think that would be a good idea. That's one that me and my son been talking about, working on one together where he's on one side, I'm on the other. 55 by 174. Wow. Oh my gosh. You're amazing. Your Diamond Art Clubs were bigger than that. Oh, yeah, I think unless you did like an introductory one, the Diamond Art Club's probably a little bit bigger than a 30 by 40. Man, some of the 55 by 174. How long did that take you? You were able to devote more time though. When I used to work from home, I would have killed to been able to have known diamond painting then. Oh my goodness. I used to be sitting here, and my job was to sit and wait to see if anyone had questions. That is how I am too. I think I'm going to do my first ever moment next, but I can't decide between two of them. It definitely happens. And I would sit here, and if someone needed a supervisor, my screen would flash. So I would literally be sitting here watching TV, bored out my mind, because sometimes it's not a lot to do during the day, and there's not a lot on anymore. It used to be game shows and things. Now it's like 8 different Judge Mathises and 4 different Judge Judys. Congratulations to Judge Judy, by the way. Um, and all the other judge shows that want a piece of their action. So working from home with nothing else to do but just sit here, and I know the law forwards and backwards now. And I wish I had diamond painting back then. I worked from home for a lot of my kids' life. They hated it. They was like, "Mom, you gonna ever get a job out of the home?" I started working out the home, and then my job started talking about sending us home. The new job started talking about sending us home, and my kids was like, my daughter especially, "You coming back? I thought you was out the house for good." uh, do we want to help you decide? Sure. You make sure you post a picture. Yeah, I got all day. Kids in school, husband works all day. I got all the time. I would love that. That's a perfect setup. I've only finished one Diamond Art Club so far, Rapunzel. I haven't started any others yet. 14 and a half days. Oh, that is so good. That's really good. That's a lot of time. How big was Rapunzel? It's awesome. I'd be working on it until next year. Yep. I get bored, so I diamond paint. I thought that was bigger than 30 by 40. Well, I wish I had that kind of time. I really do. Even when like I said, I was working. And I remember telling my boss, I'm just sitting here waiting on them to need a supervisor. So if they needed a supervisor, then what would happen is the agent would transfer the phone, their call, over to my phone, and I would take it over from there and help them out. Um, that was ideal, you know. Most of the time, I just give somebody a credit. I'm so sorry about that. Here's what I can do for you. Anytime somebody feel impacted, let's just go ahead and give them what they want. They won't feel impacted anymore. I don't understand why some companies you got to go through a big rigmarole. You got to go to the highest, the to the top basically. And you know what the top people do? Let's just give them a credit. That's when we start mentioning, Yelp and things. Yelp is like kryptonite to some companies. It just disables them. No, 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 don't do that. That's awesome. I'd be working on this. Oh, I seen that one. uh, One window scene inspired by two cat on. I like the window scene. I like the window scene a lot. Not sure. Let me check. Cat on the library shelf. Sherry likes cat on the library shelf. You don't have to check. Yeah, cat on the library shelf. I've seen that one. A lot of people are doing that, and it looks what is that? Heaven and Earth design. It looks like it could be a part of that series or something. Anyway, I think I'm still trying to decide between Nola and Lips Like Morphine because all of my paintings that I've been working on are gifts, and I just want to start getting some of my own paintings done and up on my walls. Definitely, definitely. When you guys go on trips, do you take diamond painting with you? And if you do, what do you carry them in? The diamonds. Is it hard to get through? Like, do you pack them in your suitcase, your luggage? Do you put them in your carry-on? That would be interesting. And then when you get to where you're going, do you have time to actually work on them? You wait till you get back to the room at night? Because if I take my diamond paintings on a trip with me, I don't think I'm going to want to go anywhere. I might want some scenery while I diamond paint, and I don't think I'm going to want to like leave the hotel or, you know, go do a lot. Let's see. I will get up in every moment tomorrow. This is one I'm keeping for me. Window scene. Just got hooked on Diamond Art Club. It is small. I thought it was bigger. Wow. Yeah. What do you like about Diamond Art Club, Cindy? What is the best part of it? For me, I like the way the velvet feels. I like that a lot. I like the symbols, the clarity. I like how everything is bright. It doesn't feel, it just feels like a different experience. The diamonds are diamond. They feel like diamonds. I'm gonna crawl into bed and watch the live chat while your voice lulls me off to dreamland. Well, thank you. Uh, I know I don't sound like Sherry, but I'll do my best to just knock you out. I didn't know Mandy Monzano had any small pictures. Have you been on her site, Cindy? She got a lot of stuff that I would love to see turned into diamond painting. Even Blue Zion on her site, Blue Zion is longer. I would have liked to have done the full Blue Zion, because it's lengthier. It goes down like just past her hip. So I think they're commissioning only like certain portions of some paintings. Let the Good Times Roll is from Diamond Art Club. It's just a piece of a painting on her site. Let's see, are awesome. 20 by 28. Yes, I love Mandy's site. I took a small kid to Florida when we went to Disney World in February with me and worked on it at night before I went to bed. Sherry and Rachel, to sleep. They calmed the monster inside. It's great. Uh, that is definitely true. I can definitely see that. I don't know what it is about their voices, but yeah, it's definitely soothing. Soothing. You should do radio, Sherry, like night radio. Well, I think I told you that before. Night radio. That would be pretty, or either satellite radio. I don't know. I rented a car last year when we were up at South Lake Tahoe, and it had a free satellite subscription. So the whole week that I was there, oh, I loved it. I went online and I got it afterwards, and I just loved it. But I'm not in my car enough to enjoy it right now, so I let the subscription go. But who knows? Maybe I will use it to diamond paint too. Right now I do Pandora thumbprint radio. So I get a lot of my songs and anybody else who put their thumb on my Pandora. Just probably my daughter. She'll go in. She doesn't respect profiles, so sometimes she doesn't check to make sure she's in her own profile. Next thing you know, her selections are coming up along with mine. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't check. Just go ahead and switch it over for me. No, that's what you were supposed to do. Uh, I've heard you say that about Rachel, but I didn't know my voice calms Maggie too. That's funny. Just call me up. I'll tell her a story and she'll sleep in minutes. I'm telling you, she drops like a fly. We fly. I'm going to make sure I have Sherry's and Rachel on a playlist. That's a good idea. I don't know what it is about Sherry's voice, but yep, give me a glass of wine. Just like how you're getting in the bed and you're going to let us lull you to sleep. Take you a quick sip of wine, get in the bed, and put on one of Sherry's lives. You'll be okay. That's a good idea. You didn't go live last night, but that's a really good idea. Especially when I was sick and I didn't feel like doing anything. Oh, Sherry, I should have IM'd you. That would have been perfect. See, I'm solving problems here. I'm solving problems here. Really, really solving them. You get sick, you don't feel well. I'm telling you, you could do radio. Just tune in to Sherry's creative niche. She'll put you right to sleep. Man, oh man. What is going on with this music? All right. Does my music sound bad? 821. Listening and coloring. I am too. So this week, my daughter gave me hurtful, constructive criticism. She doesn't like to watch TV with me. I thought I was showing her a little bit of my youth. And so we're sitting here and we were watching Knight Rider, the Dukes of Hazzard. And she just was like, oh, Mom, I don't want to watch anymore. You watch the dumbest shows. They weren't dumb to me. And I remember like being excited. Oh, it's time to watch Knight Rider. Oh, it's time to watch Bo and Luke Duke. What shows do you guys think about that made up and rounded out your youth that you guys can watch over and over or that you don't mind? Because, you can get on certain streams now. You can get either Hulu or Netflix and you can go back and you can watch those. What shows do you guys that just, rounds out your youth and brings back those memories? I can't hear it. Even though you had music on. Oh, that's good. Just that. I love those shows. Yeah, MacGyver. Mork and Mindy. Oh, Sherry, we must be the same age. Mork and Mindy. Nanu. I can't do it, but Nanu. Yes, Mork and Mindy. I love Bo. You know who I loved? I think I had a crush on him. John Ritter. He played Jack Tripper on Three's Company, The Rockford Files. Ooh, I love that show too. John Ritter on Three's Company. Whew. I remember watching the first episode. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I loved that show. He was such a nut. And I'll never forget the one episode where he had to go to a friend's party on like on Catalina Island, right off of Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh, me and my dad used to watch that show. Oh, that was it. Dad, Nash Bridges, and Martial Law. We used to watch all three of them. They came on Saturday nights. That used to be the night, 8, 9, and 10. Walker, Texas Ranger. I love that show. So Jack Tripper Night Court. Ooh, you going? Yeah, Night Court. I love that show also. Chips. That was the show that I was watching, Sherry. That my daughter just had a breakdown. Mom, no, I don't want to watch any more TV. Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore. She was awesome. She was more my mom. My mom liked her show, but I remember watching it with her before my parents got divorced. Night Court. Yeah. So Jack he's going to a party at a friend's and something happened and he ended up taking some sort of drug, Quaalude or something he ended up taking. And then he mixed it with a drink. He got to that island at that party and he acted a nut. I never laughed so hard. Oh, that show! I just remember that specific episode. I laughed. I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. I was laughing, and I'm waiting on. I must have laughed all the air out of my lungs, and I'm waiting to. And I remember my dad was like, "Breathe, breathe," and I said, and I started laughing again. And the same thing happened. Oh Lord, Fresh Prince. I remember Fresh Prince. Only one I know of all of these. That's Walker. Well, what did you watch, Christy? What was good for you? Three's Company. Yep, Jeremy, that was it. In Living Color, I love that show. What was his name? Fireman Ted, where his face looked like it had been burnt. He's talking to you about fire prevention. He can't prevent anything. In Living Color was definitely funny. Um, So the other, what was the other show that I used to watch? Murder She Wrote. Angela Lansbury. I loved Archie Bunker. Oh man, The Jeffersons. Wrestling. MTV. Yep, wrestling. Fridays and Mondays. You watch Raw, or did you watch Monday? What was the one on? I watched Raw, TV and cartoons. Fire Marshal Bill. That was it. I couldn't think of it. Do a hell of an impersonation of In Living Color. A lot of up and coming stars. Yep, In Living Color, man. The woman bodybuilder that Jim Carrey played too. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, classic TV. So I'm trying to share all of the fun that we're talking about right now. And she just was like, she looked like that little boy from Home Alone. She had her hand on her face and she was like, "Oh, mom!" She was so miserable. I was like, "What? You don't like? Oh, this is great. This is great. You missed out." Oh, I couldn't get her. She was just miserable. So, anyway, yeah, loveliness. Yep, loveliness. Love. Gilligan's Island. Oh, man, yes. Gilligan. I was waiting on Gilligan to get on Ginger, boy. I couldn't believe that all them years on the island, all he did was flirt. I didn't mean get on like that. I meant like ask her out. Dad was friends with the Big Show. Really? Used to go to all the shows when they were in town. Man, now that would have been nice. That would have been nice. I would love for my dad to know somebody in the who was texting me? For somebody to know my dad. Um, this is my daughter now. She's not just in the other room. She's the oh, so there we go. She must hear me talking about her. She said she's gonna come and cook. She's being respectful because she knows that I'm live while I'm diamond painting. uh, Paul's mom used to work with my dad in South Carolina. She was a cop. Okay, we watched wrestling and rooted for the losers. Damn, that would have been awesome. My aunt on my mom's side was friends with Bobby Valentine's mom. Wow. Petticoat Junction, Green Acres. I remember that. I think I tried to share with my ex's teenage niece some music I listened to growing up. This was years ago. She went on a drive to a quilt show in Ohio with me. I played TLC, Jodeci, Tony, Tony, Tony. Can we listen to some good music now? It's good to us, I guess. It's good to us. But the same token goes. My dad, when he would listen to a lot of his music, I liked his music. I'm not gonna say that I didn't like his music. The problem is, my dad, he would get into jazz and blues, and sometimes blues would be depressing. Like, dang, daddy, get out the dumps. What are you upset about? No, this is good music. You don't, So I can sort of understand how they feel, but like it's good, it's awesome. Like we're supposed to be like mine. How come you don't feel as great about these as I do? So that's, I think, the shock for me. She's not enjoying the music or anything. Uh, do any of you remember Family Affair with Buffy and Jody? Yep, my big sister. That was Christy McNichol, wasn't it? Dang, did I say that out loud? Oh my God. My big sister would wake me up so I could watch it because I always fell asleep around 6. They don't call it blues for nothing. My dad was that way. There was this one song called Patches, and every time he played it, we knew to stay away. Yep. I still have my battered Mrs. Beasley. Oh man. Yeah, I think that was Family Affair. I think Christy McNichol, that was one of her. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because I haven't seen the show in probably 30 years. And to know somebody off the bat that came from it like that, oof, like this is a game show or something. You don't remember Family Affair? I'll have to look it up. I really do hope I'm wrong. uh, Anybody ever met, aside from like the wrestlers, anybody ever met anyone really famous? I met John Travolta. John Travolta was my idol when Welcome Back Carter came out. Could tell me when I grew up that I wasn't going to marry him. And I just had the biggest crush on him. And I'll never forget, um, before I moved to Vegas, me and my husband and the kids, we were here on a trip because he used to win trips all the time to Vegas for spiffs and things at work. And that's actually how we ended up, deciding to come out here because we had been out here so much. Anyway, we were eating in Planet Hollywood, and we saw someone that looked like John Travolta, and I kept looking over, and I was like, I really think that's him. Kept looking over, I really think that's him. And my ex says, will you stop stalking this stranger and all of that? Long story short, he ends up coming over because he saw that I kept looking at him. He ends up coming over, introduced himself. It really was John Travolta. Um, we laughed, we joked. I didn't have no camera. It was like a little before the age of cell phones. I didn't have a way to capture anything. And he kissed me on my cheek and said it was such a nice pleasure meeting you. You have a beautiful family. Oh man, I let that go to my head, right? We get married. We get married. He just told me he getting a divorce. I mean, it was everything. Yes, John Travolta, Backstreet Boys, Aaron Carter, Phil Vassar. That's about it. In park one night when I was working. Yeah, Sherry, it was something else. And I never, Jim Gaffigan, the comedian, I never let the ex forget it. You see this cheek? Stay away from this cheek. You can't, don't even get near it. My new husband, should tell the kids. Oh, it was quite a joke, but I guess it didn't end up being too funny. Don't worry. Don't worry. Mommy got y'all a new daddy lined up. I'm not playing either. I did used to say that. Oh, they were little. They didn't know no better. But I did used to say it. Oh, got you a new daddy lined up. Don't even worry about it. He'll be able to take care of us. He is even grosser in person. Oh, oh, almost met John Denver. We were trying to avoid the crowds, the people thing. And he was coming out the way we went one week. Oh, right? That's right. This is gross saying coffee. I sure was. uh, they would look at me, the poor babies. They had a crazy mama. They would look at me like, huh? 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 That's my brother's favorite line. I didn't adopted it. He used to irritate me so much. You could tell when my brother was lying about something or trying not to answer a question. You ask him, who ate this? This wasn't yours. I told you don't touch it. Huh? That was his favorite word. Instead, I don't know what you're talking about. Or just to ignore me. Huh? And he would time his so perfectly. You just want to pop him. My God, I met Jeremy or Jagger. I'm not sure who that is. It was short Sasquatch. Nightmare fuel for real. I used to hum my dad too. Oh my gosh, he would time his hums perfectly. They would be really timed. I'm about, hey dad, I can't do this. Can you ask Mike? Can he? And my dad asked him something. Hey, your sister busy? Can I get you to huh? Him and his damn hubs. Oh my goodness. He hate when I tease him about that. He'll ask me something real. He has a granddaughter. I don't have any grandkids yet. My brother, he'll ask me to babysit his granddaughter, and I love to. Huh? It's so fun to throw it back at him, and I do it every chance I can get. He said, "Cheat when we bowl." Huh? He say, let's go to the movies. And I say, okay. He'll pick a movie that he wants to see, but I will call a different movie. I thought we was going to see, huh? I throw it at him every chance I can. Christine McNichol. She also played on Empty Nest. That was her show, like as an adult. But I think there was a show that she was on when she was a teenager, and I think that was it. The show that was mentioned earlier. He was a hockey player in 1990. Are we talking about Wayne Gretzky? Sammy Hagar once. He was my uncle's best friend. He picked my mom and dad up and took them to Vegas. We got to ride in his limo. Woo! To the babysitter's house. Y'all didn't get to go to Vegas? That really sucks, Jeremy. I literally would have said, we got to talk about this relationship. That's something that my daughter would say. We need to talk. Her favorite line when she was 5 was actually, oh, I hated that. That was not a good phase. I'm so glad we're beyond that. Actually, you could tell her something, and next, actually, like she looked it up, like, she knew the law on it. Actually, Kristen McNichol was on the show Family. I'm bad at names. No, that was not Family Affair. Family Affair was an early '60s show. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm not sure. I know she was on the show in her teenage years. I told you I hoped I was wrong, because if I was right, that would have dated me, and I want to be an artifact. So I'm definitely glad that I didn't know what I was talking about there at all. Oh, I like this song. Oh, okay. What's your guys' favorite song? Yeah, my favorite song. I don't know if I have a favorite song. I like such different music. I like Love. I think their name is Lauv. I like them a lot. I like a lot of UK artists. Adele. I like Jasmine Thomas. Um, James Bay. Let's see. I also like um, Sarah Bareilles. I would have to say is probably like one of my tops. I love Sarah Bareilles. I like Corinne Bailey Ray. I love her also. Yeah. Uh, you remember? You remember Family Affair? You're gonna have to look that up, Mimi. You're gonna make me look it up. I don't know the name of it. Did anybody watch Archie Bunker growing up? I only seen the name come up once. Archie Bunker was like pivotal, I think, in a lot of people's lives. Necessity. Archie was what they call a bigot. And what I loved about him was he hated everybody equally. He didn't just pick one group. He hated everybody equally, and it was nice. It was funny. It made for good TV. I'll say that. You couldn't stand it. I watched Archie a lot. He was so mean to Meathead, and I hated the way Edith. I think that's why she left the show, because she was like a classically trained actress, and felt like she was, I guess, shortchanging her skill set in order to be on TV for a quick paycheck. I can understand that, I guess, but yeah, I just didn't like how she was. Oh, Archie, Archie. Oh, okay, all right, okay, Archie. So I love watching All in the Family. I think he just dripped with hatred. Yeah, he did. He dripped with hatred. And I think the reason it made for, like I said, good TV is because it was truly based on ignorance, like things he just assumed and didn't know. And the fact that it wasn't like one particular group, just a bunch of predetermined stereotypes that I think he went on to just like overcome as he got to know people, as he got to encounter them. Watching it. So I loved it when the Jeffersons moved next door. She was on there for a lot of years. Yeah, she was on there for a lot of years. When they got, who was the girl? Danielle? I don't even remember how she came into the storyline. I just remembered, I think they were starting to, like, times were changing. It was going into the 80s. The Jefferson spinoff show. Yeah, it was going into the 80s, and I think that they were trying to stay relevant, and on top of staying relevant, I believe that bringing Danielle in, just gave him a softened, approach. So pretty cool. I do remember when the Jefferson spun off, um, and the song would come on. Well, we're moving on up to East Side. I remember that a lot. So just to sit and watch that. I don't remember what nights that came on, but I remember we would sit and watch it. And impactful. You know what I started watching? This is really funny. What is the name of that show? It was the show with Alex P. Keating. Man, I can't even believe I remember his whole name. Family Ties, I think. Family Ties. And I remember, like, oh man, I remember when this came on. So, yep, TV shows through time. You didn't watch All in the Family after Edith left. Yep. And the Peas don't burn on the grill. Yep. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. I love that song. I remember when it would come on. I think I got more excited about the jingle than the show itself. Yeah, I used to definitely watch it. A lot, a lot. We were talking earlier today, and we were on our way to the walk, and there was like a lot of cosmetic license plates, and you know how sometimes it takes you a moment to figure them out and things like that. Nowadays, it's a little bit easier because people chat like that when they're texting and when they're online and, trying to communicate really quickly. But, back in the 90s and the 80s, no one, we didn't have those forms of chat and things. So I was looking at all the cosmetic plates and I was, calling them out. My son was like, how do you recognize all of that stuff right away? And I said it used to be a game show that came on in the 80s where they had all these different license plates, and the object was to buzz in and guess what the license plates were saying before the other person. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was the 80s. It was different. You guys have, cell phones now. So you probably would beat everybody. But, we didn't have that then." Does anybody remember the name of that show? That's what I would like to remember. I remember Password and what else? All the game shows came on in the 80s. They had every game show. Oh, my glue is slipping. I can't remember what that show was. I heard Deal or No Deal is coming back. Bumper Stumpers. Was that it, Heidi? Hee Haw! Oh my gosh! I thought all the family was Hee Haw. Sorry, I loved Hee Haw. Used to beg my parents to let me watch it with them. Yes, Hee Haw. I haven't heard of anybody saying. I don't know if Hee Haw played here on the West Coast. I mentioned Hee Haw one time, and they were like, "He what?" So, okay, folks, Mr. Coffee and I have an early morning. It's up to head to bed. Have a great stream. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Right here waiting for you. Have a good night. Oh, that one must have been while I was in college. I missed a lot of those years. Yeah, yeah, yep. Trying to think. Hee Haw. Hee Haw, I think, was one of the longest running shows. I think it ran from the 60s, and it came on like prime time at one point, but then I think it ran in like syndication. It's up there, I know, with one, being one of the longest running shows. I'm a picking and he's a grunt. Yep. Mini Pearl, Mini Pearl. But yeah, I definitely think Hee Haw is up there. I want to say it is, but yeah, I mentioned Hee Haw to someone and they were like, "What? He what? Hee Haw?" It was like, "He what?" Okay, you've never heard of it. I get it. So, continuing to mention it wasn't going to bring about, radical recognition. So I felt that, let it go. uh, Mod Squad. I do. Link from Mod Squad. I do remember. Wow. My grandpa had to watch Hee Haw and Gunsmoke every week. Yep. Gunsmoke. I remember it when I was really little, like 3 or 4ish yet. So that makes me really old. Not really old. Just it's just been a while, that's all. Do you guys find it hard to like watch TV, like relevant current programs? Because there's some stuff I don't know how much TV I watch. I think if I got time to watch TV, it can't be something that I have to spend my whole time looking at. Like it has to be something that's more where I can get the gist, looking up, and then back down to my diamond painting. Yeah, I can't. I definitely can't. Laughing. I remember it, but Laughing, I was really young. I do remember it, the show, but I was young. I mean, I remember Cher had a show, the Sunny Cher show. I remember like a lot of those, but those were like before 75. So any of those shows that came out before 75, 76, I just have small, memory of them. Obviously, I was in school, and so I remember any of the shows that came out after 75. I just put a big old, uh, uh, remember the Sonny and Cher. Yeah, I do remember Sonny and Cher. Um, and they would bring their daughter out, little Chastity. Chastity don't look nothing like she did when I was a kid. But and she goes by Chaz now. I think, yeah, Chaz. So, but I do remember the Sonny and Cher show, and Cher had hair down to the back of her knees. I remember that. She looks awesome. Uh, I gotta change out my doggone wax. It's been not working. I hate that. Take that back. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race every week. That's a good show, Cindy. That's a pretty good show. They do some amazing acts in them high heel shoes. So I haven't seen it this last year or so, but I do like the show a lot. And they put that makeup on. They look so much better than me. Oh my goodness. I don't wear makeup. I will put on lip gloss, and every once in a while, if I'm going somewhere and I'm gonna be around people I don't know, I'll put on eyeliner. Definitely try and bring out the eyes. So, but I love her hair. I still do love her hair. She looks amazing. Rebecca! Yeah, she looks amazing, amazing, amazing. So, I usually don't put any makeup on. I wish I looked like Cher. Cher is how old? 70? 70? I think Cher looks amazing. She did that movie. What was the name of that movie she did recently with Christina Aguilera? Well, I won't say recent. I think it's probably close to 7, 8 years old. But she looked amazing in the movie. You know, I watch Gunsmoke all the time. Do you, Jeremy? You watch Gunsmoke? Rebecca's. That's supposed to be Rebecca. uh, yeah, Cher's amazing. She looks amazing. I'm loving that. Let's see. What did you miss, Rebecca? I'm going to real quickly pull you. I announced at the beginning of the video that I had made a faux pas with my 100 subscriber giveaway. And I thought I could just do a randomizer and it pick from my 100 subscribers. But I've since learned that at the end of the stream, if you comment after the video ends, I can do a randomizer on those comments and pick. And I have a giveaway, 3 giveaways. I'm giving away a 5 panel that I'd already said I was giving away. And then I had a second, which was going to be like a runner up. It was for a partial. And because of my mistake, I'm also going to give away a third diamond painting. If you have an opportunity to watch it back, I showed them at the beginning. And the third one will be their choice. And they're all 30 by 40, and the partial is a 30 by 40, but it's a partial. So, yeah. And, I keep making mistakes. And then I showed the pen. Obviously, this is an acrylic diamond painting pen. That's going to be when I hit like 250. Yeah. So that's what you missed. We also had some exciting conversation about me falling off my diet. I fell off the wagon one day because I've been sick and I was really hungry. And all of us, like my son, he works, and their school. My daughter, she goes to college, and I just didn't have any strength to cook, and I had no strength or energy I went to get a chicken salad, but I was still so hungry and I wanted to eat right then and there. So I got me some fries and I had French fries while I drove home. And I still ate the chicken salad. It was grilled chicken salad. I still ate that, and I felt really bad about it. My son told me not to feel bad. He's oh goodness, look at this. He told me that I should just have myself a cheat day. Uh, so while I do think that it'll be important later on to just have days where I can feel human. I was kind of beating myself up like, oh, it's too soon. I don't want to start having cheat days now. And so I hope you're all caught up. Is there any question we have to answer for the giveaway? Um, there wasn't. I was hoping to just get some, but I guess we can throw a question out there. Who starred in the show Family Affair? That sounds like a lot of work though, because we didn't even get an answer inside the chat. That's not real bad though. uh, that's a good question, Christy. I'm thinking there really isn't, because it's a randomizer. So even if you answer the question, it's still only going to randomly select from anybody who answered in the chat. So I didn't want to make it really hard because I really appreciate all the support. Maybe for the 500 subscriber question, Anissa Jones was Buffy. Was she? Was that her name? I don't know why I thought it was Christy McNichol. I remember the name of the character. Where's my trash bin? Here it is. I remember the name of the character. I just don't know why I thought it was Christy McNichol. Hmm. But I do remember. So I guess I remember the show, and I don't know. Did she ever guest star? I guess we wouldn't know that. Like, that would be going too far back. Google don't think that hard. Did you ever watch? Yes, I watched the Carol Burnett show, and she used to grab her ear at the end with Tim Conway and Harvey Korman and Vicki Lawrence. Yes, I did. I liked it a lot. Sebastian Cabot was the butler, and Brian was the uncle. No, she didn't. Hmm. I think that I just don't know what I'm talking about. That's always possible, BB. Like I said earlier, I don't look anything up. I'm just in here, um, which is really funny. um, Kathy Garber played Sissy. I recognize all of these names. I recognize all of these names. Uh-oh. Pardon me for sneezing. I recognize all of those names. Why do I still think Christy McNichol is involved? I don't know. Okay. Let's see. He's there. And I've started a lot of shows, Brian. Thank you. I hope my allergy medicine is not wearing off at all. I've had a pretty decent day today. Pretty decent. Yeah. Thank you, Christy. So, We also, Rebecca, we also talked about um, our stashes and our purchases and how many of us are waiting for the 15th for Diamond Art Club's reveal. Are you? Uh oh. Okay. That was my second sneeze. No bueno. Who is Jody? That would about cover the cast. I looked it up. Johnny Whitaker was Jody. Well, what did Christy do as a teenager? Let me see if I can find this out. Uh-oh, AliExpress is. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see what she started. She's only 5'3". She starred in a show called Family. Okay, so maybe that's why. Uh, it aired for 4 years from 76 to 1980. And she played Buddy. And that's why. That's where it's coming from. She played a character named Buddy. And the name of the show was Family. So you were saying Buffy, and I'm like, wait a minute. All the useless things that I know. Man, oh man. Let's see. Yes. Forgot about Golden Girls today because of WrestleMania. I one track my sad. I'm so old. No, as a few I'd love to have for sure. Yep, that. And I did watch a lot of TV as a kid. I did too. I watched a ton of TV as a kid, and that is why I had brought it up, the subject up, because I had been trying to watch TV with my daughter, and I thought I was impressing her. Like, y'all had some good shows back when you were little, and I wasn't impressing her. She was getting irritated, and she was begging me to release her from watching TV with me, and I was hurt. My feelings was hurt. Like, I'm trying to show you, some good wholesome TV, and you don't want to take this lesson. What's wrong with you? Take this lesson. She was like, Mom, oh my God, I don't want to watch TV with you no more. So, I had to release her. Yeah, let her go because she treated me like I was holding her hostage. But I was asking my diamond painting friends, what's wrong with those shows? I think there was good shows. The shows was, just so you know, Rebecca, the show was The Knight Rider and Dukes of Hazzard. And she was flipping out, you know. So I imagine Bo and Luke Duke look old to her. But at the time, uh, let's see. I am so old. I should have known, but forgot it all. That's the diamond painting effect. Okay. I miss the good, wholesome shows. Me too. I've introduced my daughters to classic movies like Gone with the Wind. And exactly. Can't wait for the 15th. I know, Jeremy. I can't either. Do you have your eye on anything, or are you really just wanting? Because they did do a couple of reveals. Or you just, I don't know. She said when she was in Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's live, when she first made the announcement, I thought she said it was going to be like 60 new canvases, you know? So obviously I'm excited. I do have money put aside, and I can't wait. I haven't touched it, and I don't plan to, but after this, it'll probably be a few months before I can purchase anything. And I'll just have to settle down, you know. I won't be able to purchase a lot. I love Gone with the Witch. When I said Gone with the Witch, we ought to write ourselves one of those streaming novels and just add to it every live and call it Gone with the Witch. We love to watch black and white movies. That's good. That's really good. I can't do that. Me and my son, we do a movie on Fridays. We'll do a movies, and then we diamond paint on Sundays when one of us is not sick. But my daughter, we don't have a lot of activities that we do. We talk. We do a lot of talking, and we do video chats and things. My daughter is like the mom of the household. She's like our boss. She, for right now, kind of let her take the reins. It keeps me from having to do anything. But she came and told me one night it was time for bed, and I was gonna argue with her, but it was a good time to go. Oh, uh, so I don't know. I don't know. Here we go. I'm almost over here. So when it comes to classic movies, I think just to name a few, Gone with the Wind is definitely one. Um, let's see, another, anything that was Gidget related, obviously is was fun and just something that I will always want to sit down and tune in and watch. Any of the Gidget related movies. Um, the beach movies with Frankie Avalon and Annette, obviously those were critical. And let's see, I liked Imitation of Life, the one with Lana Turner. Um, Spencer Tracy, anything with Spencer, anything with President Reagan. My father was a big fan of his movies, but I only remember seeing like two. But my father was familiar with them, and he liked a lot of President Reagan's movies. It was an innocent time. I'm so sappy. I love The Sound of Music too, and Fiddler on the Roof. Gone with the Wind is my favorite. The novel was even better. The books seem to always be better, Coriolis. I'm not sure why. I don't have anyone to tell me to go to bed. That's why I'm still up. African Queen, Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. I remember seeing that movie. Yep, African Queen was really good. Let's see. Oh yeah, the beach movies with Annette. I love all those old classics. Yeah, I love them all too. Yep. They weren't classics when I was watching them. They were just, our favorite. They're classics now, and it's hard. It's hard when my daughter make me feel old and make me feel bad for loving that era and that wholesome aspect to it. Because now we got movies out like 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't see the movie. I did read the book. Oh my God. And oh Lord. So, it's definitely a different time, a different era. I was in shock. Definitely in shock. And I feel like ever since the book came out, so many people tried to capitalize on like just the fame of it. Everyone had to have their own version of like similar scenarios. So now, Gone is the art of romance. And I think in a video the one that me, Sherry, and Mimi and Cindy, the one we were in the other night, where we talked about, dating and romance and the types of books and things. Um, I feel like there's an art of, like romance. I think was was that was Jennifer's Creation Wall live. I think that we were in when we were talking about the types of books, art, and things like that. And I think what happened is just the romance, the build up of the relationship. That's gone. I don't know. I think they skip right to the sex part in the books and things, and so that's why I don't. I do have a, a preference for romance, but I think that's why I stay with like the historicals and things because they they focus on that. They focus on the build up because it was a different time. It was a more innocent time. I didn't read any of the books. Yeah, we were. I think we were in Jennifer's Creation Wall, and we were talking about the types of because she said someone had suggested, you know, she asked what do people do when they diamond paint if they're not doing a live, and so someone said they listen to an audio book, and she said that was a good idea. She had never thought of it. I told her that was a good idea also, and we ended up talking about the types of books that we like and things. Obviously, I like romance, but I think the art of it is just gone. I think it disappeared when that book came out, and it hit a market, and it hit a market that it was untapped and no one knew about, and now everyone ran over to try and jump into that genre. And so all the books were similar. All the books were, I'm gonna get you with my whip and beat you with my cane. Um, so I definitely was like, oh gosh, yeah, there's no romance. There's no romance in the books. They straight to he was cute. I'm gonna invite him over. Like we're not gonna go for a walk. We're not gonna get to know each other. You don't even know if you like the guy. He could just have a horrible disposition. And so yeah, and then they go straight to the inviting them over, and then they try and throw a plot in, where they don't like the guy or they didn't know he had this secret hidden, past about him. I don't know if I can be with him now. Of course, you don't know if you can be with him. You didn't know him, So that's what the buildup is all about: getting to know him. Let him cut up while you're getting to know him, and then you don't have to have given so much of yourself before you move. They made true romance into dirty sex. Exactly. Exactly. Do you remember the Happy Hollister's books? I read all of them as a young child, and they just disappeared from all of them. Yeah, they disappeared because. And the funny thing is, I remember when I was little, my parents talking about they came from a simpler time, and so now I'm an adult, and I have my daughter just turned 17, and I'm talking to her about how we had a simpler time, and I didn't think that things could get worse than when my parents were saying it to me, and it's happened. Yeah. Used to read Stephen King and Dean Koontz books, but can't watch those kinds of movies. Don't care for 50 Shades, never seen the movie or read the books. Nope, not interested. I didn't read Happy Hollisters. Yeah, so the funny thing about me encountering 50 Shades was a college friend of mine, her mom read the series, and she's in a book club where they meet once a week, and they pick a selection, and they have to read up to a certain chapter so it can be discussed and they can go through. I don't know how this book was discussed in a book club, but she read it. I didn't know what it was about. 50 Shades. I thought somebody was crazy and was hatching everybody up in the book. Um, and that was pretty much the gist of everything. And so she tells me she's reading it. I got to read it. Oh my gosh. I get halfway through the book and was like, you read this? Like, I see you in such a different light. It's like 70. And she was reading the book, and y'all discussing this? How did those conversations go? You know? So I must have been the only one, but the library read. I bet they did. They were trying to jump in on the craze. It's crazy now. It's really crazy. If you go to the library, they got symbols. They got like the hot lip symbol on the book now, so you know that this has explicit graphic sexual content. It's crazy. Yep. Have you checked or used antique book sites online? I tried reading 50 Shades of Grey, I believe me. My face turned. Exactly. I would have been very uncomfortable reading and then discuss. That's what I didn't get. I literally was like, how do you guys talk about this? I can't imagine. I can't imagine what comes up, what's talked about. How do you guys, let's jump right in. Into what? What are you going to talk about? I think the safest part was at the very beginning when she worked at the hardware store. So that's definitely something, it's an acquired taste. It's relevant. It's definitely something of this time and of this era. It's just not something that, is for me. I definitely like a simpler romance. I like something that builds. I like a lot of action. So, like, if you jumping over hurdles and we death defying flying out of helicopters, that's great. But we don't have to have, all of the other stuff in there for me to enjoy it. And so, to each his own. It definitely had a market, and I can applaud someone who can, tap into a market and make make something out of it. Like she made an enterprise out of it. She had two more books, and after that, she ended up with a movie deal, and then after that, she wrote the man's portion of the storyline. So that's pretty enterprising for me. She can retire. I'm sure she retired off of the first book sale. So you found them. Beverly Clearly. Oh, that takes me back right there. Yep. I remember her. I found them online. Amazon has them. Okay, why does the name Cleary ring a bell? Because she was a quintessential author who wrote yeah, there you go, Ramona and Beezus. She wrote like a lot of uh, if, like a lot of books that you would find in the library when you were, I would say, third through eighth grade. She had a lot of stuff. A couple of her books have turned into movies. Ramona and Beezus was turned into a movie. She had Judy and something. That book I think was turned into a movie. She just was, quintessential. Three, three, four. So yeah, I liked it. Boxcar Children, Henry Huggins and the Paper Route, The Mouse and the Motorcycle, I think. Man, you're taking it back in time, but yeah, I do. I remember all of those. Here we go. Anyway, moving on from there, because I don't want anybody to feel like their choice in enjoying, 50 Shades is wrong. It's just, like I said, a different era, a different time. Um, I'm sure when I was younger, I would have tried to sneak and read the book just because I heard a lot of hubbub about it. But it definitely would have had me shocked. Like, oh my goodness, what is this? So I'm glad it came out as, for me being an adult. The shock factor is still there, though. It's definitely still there. But it was a market. It's definitely a market for it. Like, I don't hear a lot of men running out talking about, I'm going to get this for my woman. There's a lot of men that was shocked their woman wanted to read it. So it's a market. When there's a market for something, it's going to be others that come along. And that's how times change, because demographically speaking, it's always going to be a supply and demand type of, avenue. So she supplied a product. The demand was there, and everybody jumped in line to try and, capitalize as well. There we go. My marketing professor would be so proud of me right now. I was able to tie it to real life. So true. Yeah, definitely. I wish I could come up with a concept or something that, that caught on like that. I really do. We'll have to think. We'll have to think. I used to always think I was going to come up with something. I was going to be rich. I was going to buy an RV and just travel the world off my concept. Yeah, I still had those dreams every once in a while that literally did not go away. What is going on with this wax? You guys, I've been hearing like people say mud, people say wax. Um, you guys have a preference for what you call it? And do you have a preference for whose wax you want to use? Yeah, it would be awesome, Sherry. Come and visit you. We're gonna go. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna take you down to your local radio station. Get you an overnight job. Say, you guys, you want to keep all your listeners happy. Not only your daytime people, but your nighttime people too. This one right here, she's gonna help you out with that. Somebody gets up in the middle of the night, you want all the business. And here's what we're gonna do to capitalize on it. Next thing you know, there we go. They got overnight revenue as well as daytime revenue. They're gonna love you. Then we'll start talking about syndication. It is a good idea. Wax. You call it wax? Somebody told what site was it on? They said that they use the dental brace wax. And when I had my son in braces, he probably has a ton of that stuff around here. I wonder. I think we're going to do an experiment and maybe test that out for our video next week. That would probably be awesome. That would be an amazing idea. Test it out, see if we like it, and probably use it for like an hour. Got some blue wax in a kid. It was really good. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I had never seen it before. I call it wax, but I thought you could melt wax, and I tried, and this stuff doesn't melt. I was trying to melt them all together and make a big pot of it. You are supposed to be able to melt wax, so maybe you have mud. That's what I hear it called on some sites. The blue stuff, just so you know, the blue stuff, I did hear, Cindy, that a lot of people have a preference for it. I forget what site I was on, but I want to say it might have been in our Facebook group, and someone said they had a preference for the blue wax. So maybe I'll have to get some. I forget where they stayed. They made it. They said that they. I'm gonna type it in and see, but they mentioned a site that it came from. Where did you get your painting from? Do you remember? I just don't like. Sometimes it is too soft and it won't like. It won't work. It won't. Oh, this is too big. Why is it so big? There we go. And you guys see my pool noodle? I finally got one. Hey, I love it. I know some people buy a desk like mine. I suggest for the pencil holder at the bottom if you get your pool noodle. I love it. And my arm doesn't hit. The only other thing that I want to do is because I don't get a chance to raise my desk up, I have to get one of those clip on lights. But I think that's going to be amazing also. Let's see. I don't like the Loctite stuff. Really doesn't melt. It's not my imagination. I'm wondering if it's some kind of silicone. Probably from Amazon. I think I heard someone say the blue wax is good. I've never got any I hate it when you just fill your pen and 10 drills later doesn't want to. Exactly. That's what's going on with me. I feel like I keep having to fill it up. Got to get a drink. Yeah, my son got my drink earlier. It was very, very refreshing. I really appreciate it. So, other than that, um, you guys been to any concerts this year? Any concerts lately? I haven't been to a con. When was the last concert I went to? I don't remember. I think Britney Spears. She has a residency here in Vegas. I saw Gretchen Wilson a couple years ago. She is probably the last relevant artist. Like, obviously, she's a country singer, but her album had just released. I saw her in concert. Britney, I saw her a couple of years ago. She has a residency, so she was obviously singing some of her older songs. Um, but she was like a year or two ago. So, but I think Gretchen is the most relevant that I've seen. Um, Oh, it's on AliExpress. Okay, so I'm gonna go online and get some because I have a ton of this. Like I save my Diamond Art Club waxes. When I get my kits, I'll go through and I'll take the kit and everything out, the tool kit, and I'll put the wax and stuff up. But I won't use my Diamond Art Club wax on anything except Diamond Art Club. So I just have it, put up so it's not sitting around in the box and things. I leave my paintings inside the box because I don't want them to get smushed or mashed or anything. But I put the rest of mine when I do. I know that I showed you guys in my video how I have my mail station, and then I have my kitting station, and I have a portfolio. So I don't take and put my Diamond Art Clubs in a portfolio. I'll wait because I'm gonna get a bigger portfolio for just those. But those are probably because I know Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. She's done like a framing video, and I think I'm going to frame a lot of my Diamond Art Clubs because those are a lot of them are for me, and I'm gonna fill my walls with um, with the Diamond Art Club. Someone said blue eggs. Oh, I read that. I think the drills have something to do with it. They have residue or something on them that messes with the wax. Some paintings, I could do the whole thing without refill. I've had that. My diamond dots, that's why I keep this container. When my diamond dots, I only remember filling up my pen once. Back, I went to see Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds and Halsey. Halsey is really good, really good. Halsey is really good. Um, so that sounds like that was an awesome show. Dave Matthews puts on a nice show. Um, I want to see Jason Mraz. I like that big band feel that he has when he performs live. I've never seen him live. He's been here to Vegas a couple of times, but yeah, I like that big band feel he has. I like two of his. I don't know what that drum is that he beats. It's like a Caribbean drum. I like the feel that he has, so I want to see him. Um, let's see. Um, any other? I don't have anybody I really just must see. Um, but I mean, we used to go to a lot of concerts. Like they had a concert called SPF every year here in Vegas, and SPF would be like a lot of young artists you could see all at once. Oh, you know who I saw a few years ago? I saw Kobe Calais. I saw Daughtry. I forgot all about them, but those have been a while. Those have been at least 2 years, at least 3 years. Um, but we have a lot of outdoor concerts here in Vegas, and then last year, unfortunately, we had like a crazy shooter and he shot up from a hotel to an outside venue where a lot of people were at. Just randomly started shooting into the crowd. The sad part is me and my kids would go to a lot of those type of events because they're more cost efficient when you have multiple artists and things singing at an event. And it was a way for me to be able to afford concerts, you know. And so we weren't at that event, but we've been to similar events like that, and that's how I got to see Daughtry and Paramore and Kobe Calais because they came out and they performed at outdoor events where you pay one price, you get to see like seven artists and things like that. And so my son went to school with one of the young men who passed away from that event and things. And when SPF came around after that, I didn't want them to go. I hate to say it, but a lot of people impacted, how they concert and how they enjoy outdoor events because they're scared, what if another crazy event like that happens. So yeah, and my kids, that's how they were able to see concerts. Is I would take them and let them go to like a youth concert where it's a lot of young artists and things, and they get to see everyone. But it's hard, when something like that impacts you. I remember they let all the kids out of the school. Um, my daughter was my daughter was on the cheer squad with this young boy's sister, and yeah, it wasn't. It was sad. It was sad. So, and he was there with his parents and his girlfriend, and everybody was getting down low, and he goes to lean up to tell her to get down, and he got hit. So, time for me to crash. Night, Heidi. It's nearly 4 a.m. I love Paramore when the Twilight movies came out. That's very scary. Yeah, it is. Good night. Yeah. So that is when Paramore got huge. It's when the Twilight movies came out. That's when I knew them from. But my daughter was a fan before, Twilight. She was so young. I didn't pay her music choices any attention at that point. Well, Heidi, hopefully I'm gonna probably try and IM you so I can get a schedule together and we can meet often at the right time. Enjoy your evening. Um, let's see. Whew, there we go. Look at that. Okay. Well, that was sad. When they say Vegas strong, though, I will say it brought the community together. It did bring the community together a lot. Um, a lot of helping hands, a lot of getting out in the community and trying to be there for one another. So we did see a lot of that come of it. Um, More of a love your neighbor type of a feel and an atmosphere. And I think something that everyone is trying to keep going also. So it's like something you don't want to lose that. Once you have everyone mindful and respectful of one another, it's not something you want to lose. So you hear them saying Vegas strong a lot more, and you hear them, when they do have events and they want the community to come out, they will utilize that more. And I think that that's something every community needs, but it definitely has helped here. So, not that you want a tragedy like that to happen in your area. Hopefully, everyone's community is ever able to come together, though, and have that. Oh, this is so nice. I could see a sparkle. Um, when Pittsburgh had the shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue, the city really, yeah, it definitely happens like that. That is a beautiful picture you're working on. Thank you. It's nice, coming out nicely, really nicely. So, yep, they do. They tend to have, the city comes together. They start to have more. I think everyone is just more respectful, more mindful of one another. It's more of a love your neighbor type of a vibe. And I don't want to see it end. I see a lot of support in the community and things, more respect. So hopefully it's something that will continue. I'm sure as time goes by, it'll falter. But it is a great thing that's happening right now. Definitely great. And like the walk that I was on this morning, the support, there was so many people there. There was a lot. And it's things like that I notice a lot more. People are coming out, they're being more mindful, they're being more supportive. So we had a good time. Definitely out there sweating. I think I lost weight just getting out the car. I was like, oh Lord, what do I get myself into? I was sweating. Little girl there, she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, well, what's wrong? You're sweating. I was like, yeah, fat people sweat, especially when they out in heat. And she looked like she was so worried about me. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I dying? Do I look like I'm dying? I was scared. She was like that worried about me. But it was nice that she was concerned. That's how I tried to look at it. So, yeah. I love that you read the comments out loud like I read them in my head. I certainly hope it continues for Vegas. I remember when 9/11 happened, this whole country came together. She loves her mama. It's 1:47, time to hit the hay. Okay, Mimi, you have a good evening. I probably, cut it short in another 15 minutes maybe. I know right now I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting some work done. Yep, 9/11 brought everybody together. I really like that. That was a time where we just all knew that so many people were affected by what had happened. And it's not too many of us who didn't know someone who might have had someone that was affected by it. Whether, it was in a bad way, like my cousin. My cousin worked at the World Trade Center at the time. She worked in one of their little kiosk booths where she sold like newspapers and drinks and things like that. Nothing major. Um, and she left and went to work that morning and then ended up um, she ended up skipping work. And so she wasn't at the building when, everything happened. But we didn't know. And it was before the age of, saturated cell phones. And so we didn't know if she was in the building at work, if she made it out. And she ended up having to walk. She lived in Jersey and she would take the PATH train every day into work. And she ended up having to walk home all the way from New York. And we didn't know where she was at. And we thought she was one of the victims. Obviously, now years later, we kind of chuckle and laugh about it. But it was harrowing, wondering where she was at for, those hours. I felt really bad for her mom and dad, my dad's cousins. She's my second cousin. My dad and her mom are first cousins. Their parents are brothers and sisters. And it was very harrowing. Everyone was, we was worried. We was worried. And she just so happened to not have been at work at that time. Um, she had met a guy. He was cute. Night, Christy. Thanks for coming. Um, yeah. All right. and some sleep. You're so welcome. Yep. So I yeah, think about 9/11 and what it could have done to, us, and you know, I know some people out there had, you know, tragedies. I worked with a girl who lost an uncle who was working at the World Trade Center building, and so she remembered that day a little different. I mean, we all came together as a community because we all know that, there's just so many people impacted. It wasn't just the World Trade Center either. It was like, the downed planes and things, the thwarted attempts. So I remember a lot of that. Thankfully she was okay, and that boy caught her eye, and oh, obviously we had a lesson. She had a lesson also, but just thankfully she didn't go to work, and it wasn't anything that told her not to go. She just didn't. End up chit-chatting with him. They had a good time, was enjoying themselves, and next thing she should have been at work. She was, well, she hadn't even called off or anything. She was just late, and yeah, it ended up working out, but it's definitely something that was harrowing because she ended up having to walk from New York all across and she had to go. She was scared. They was closing down the tunnels. They didn't know if there would have been an attempt to, Holland Tunnel or Lincoln Tunnel. They didn't know if there would have been an attempt. So the only way from New York City over into Jersey was if you went across, like the George Washington Bridge. So I remember she was saying it was so many people walking, trying to get home. Um, yeah, it's crazy to think about those types of events. So, life. I don't want to depress anybody. We got on this because I was talking about concerts and, how long it's been since I've been to one and why. And that's why, because I'm scared to do an outdoor event. I would do an indoor concert in a heartbeat. My daughter just went to see Justin Timberlake. Um, she loved it, but I can't afford to go to Justin and send her. Justin Timberlake's tickets was like $400. So um, she went to see Justin Timberlake, and she still can't stop talking about it. It was for her birthday, so it's been like 2 weeks. She's been talking about him. It was $400. It was a really long concert. She took a lot of like video and stuff, and she was able to show us. She was really close. So $400 does get you really close. But shoot, she said his concert is long too. It was like 5 hours long, 4.5 hours or something like that. So he had someone open, and I think they performed for an hour. And then I think she said like 10, 15 minutes in between. And then he came out, and his show was like 4 hours or 4.5 hours. So she did. She had a really good time. It was a great birthday. Um, Dad helped get the ticket, and she went broke. He went broke because that's a lot. I thought I was doing something. I said, I'm gonna give you $100 on a debit card, and you could go to Starbucks whenever you want. And I thought I was doing something. Not really. So, but who wouldn't want that? I think like Backstreet Boys and them went. I would have loved to got a New Kids on the Block. That's who it was. New Kids on the Block. I would have loved to have got a ticket to sit real close up front when they was out. Man, you couldn't have told me nothing at all whatsoever. I remember when they came back around a couple years ago and they did a Vegas tour. Oh wow, these women that was going crazy. New Kids on the Block. And she had a great time. She really did. Is everybody still diamond painting? Are you guys relaxing in the bed? To I don't know if my voice is soothing. I have like four voices also. I have my when my kids are up to something and I'm getting on them. I know you didn't. Oh, you better. Oh, if you don't. So I have that. I have my being humble voice. I sorry. I sorry. That's my humble voice. And when I got to pull out the being humble, you know, I wanna I wanna be sincere. And then I have my distracted voice where I'm doing something. I'm just talking, and I don't realize my son was going to try to go to Hamilton and Dallas, $500. Wow. He thought maybe not. I'm getting tired. I may have to go to bed soon. I'm sitting with my feet up, stop diamond painting a while. I I do that sometime when I go to lives, but I do think it's like, for me, I get excited about having people to chat with. So when I go to a live, sometimes I find myself sitting here. I know you guys can see my tablet. I find myself sitting here typing and things more than I'm diamond painting because I get so excited. And so, and then every once in a while, I'll go quiet. I'm like, oh, I want to get this part done. Then I'll be excited again and I want to chit chat and I want to talk. So I've been trying to focus on the good stuff. Maybe I ought to save those questions and things for my life and get some painting done. But I don't know. Sometimes I just want to chit chat because I talk a lot, a whole lot. Who would have thought a long time ago that I could go on a video and talk and have friends that join me and keep me company? Yes, it's hard to diamond paint and chat. I keep trying for some reason. Me too. I do that too. I start talking, I don't get much done. Um, there was one video we watched last week. Oh, it was she was Bexley's Creations. That's who it was. Bexley was amazing. She managed to talk and still paint. She got a lot done, and I was like, man, she's awesome. I wish I knew how to do that. Like she talked and painted. She didn't. She wasn't sidetracked. I can't do it. I'll get sidetracked. So I think it's fun. It's a part of the fun for me. So, and I think that's what my focus is making sure that it stays fun. If I feel like I have to, like channel it, rein it in, and then I don't think it'll be as fun. So I try and make sure I keep it fun. Uh, how do you guys do that? How do you put everybody else's? Of course, of course, I gotta listen to a commercial. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. A whole lot, a whole lot. So, quick announcements. Hallmark announced. I don't know if you guys like Hallmark. Hallmark is one of my favorite channels. They announced this year they are going to have 40 Christmas movies. And that's like the most that they've ever had. That's a lot. So I don't have my computer at a good angle when I'm diamond painting. I have to turn my head to see chat. Me too. I have to turn my head. So this year they're going to have 40 movies, and they're really trying to build this halfway to Christmas up. But it's not halfway to Christmas if they start the movies in October. So they start October 28th this year. They're going to have 40 movies, that run through the Christmas holiday season. And they're doing this halfway to Christmas in July, where they're going to have, I forget how many, but I think they said four. And I think they did four movies last year also. Yeah, it's great news. It was on my Google News feed the other day. So I definitely wanted to make sure I got that out because I know that is something that a lot of my friends we can't wait to do. We can't wait to start our holiday, movie sessions and things like that. And obviously, that'll be a big part of some of my lives because I'll be talking to you about it. And did you guys know this? Did you guys think that that was going to happen? How did you like this? I think that'll be fun. So yeah, they made that announcement. 40, and then I think four for their halfway to Christmas. The other news, if you guys noticed, I congratulated Judge Judy a couple of weeks ago. Judge Judy, she swept the February sweeps, which means she came in number one across like all the age groups and things like that. What I thought was great about it is because Judge Judy's been on, I think, 22 years, and here she is still killing people in the ratings and things. And I was like, wow. Um, the good news about that announcement is she swept them by the highest margin. She pretty much has been winning and beating them, but she beat them this year in 2019. 22 years in the industry, she beat them by the highest margin that she's ever beat them by. It was like 11 percentage points. It was really high. And so I congratulated her. I did a post on Facebook because I thought that was awesome. It's a judge show. It's a half an hour. She's not sweeping a time slot. It'd be easy to sweep a time slot. She's sweeping, period for daytime television. And her show comes on so close to prime time that you would think, that she's not getting a lot of attention, and she's sweeping it. So I really think that's pretty cool because I think her audience should be real different compared to the people who are watching like Ellen, Rachel Ray, um, Katie, Kelly, and whoever is co-hosting, because I know she's been through some co-host changes and things like that. So yeah, she did a really good job, and I liked it. And so I did a post and congratulated her and sent some people to the link. Awesome news, I think. What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, oh, I think that was pretty much it as far as like worthy news that's really impactful and something I wanna look at. That these are too close together. They look almost the same. I hate that. You ever notice when a symbol is real close to another one? It's been on for a while. Yeah, she's been on for quite a while, so I do like her. Quick story about me and Judge Judy. When my son was born, she had been on for a year or two at that point, probably about a year, and I loved her show. Anyway, I'm pregnant, and my son was overdue. He was like almost 2 weeks overdue, and they were like, "Well, we're gonna go ahead and schedule you in and induce your pregnancy so that we can get him out. We don't want him to have his first, BM while he's still inside your body." I'm like, okay. So we go in early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they said that they were gonna slowly start the pitocin drip. They didn't start the pitocin until like 9 o'clock in the morning. Finally, you know, I get all set up. They come in. I'm like 2 or 3 centimeters dilated, and they're like, "Were you going to do the how you could do like the spinal tap?" So I said, "Yeah, I'm going to do that." So they got that going. So everything's fine. I'm not going to feel a contraction because everything is all numb. They gave me the trigger so I can slosh myself up as I need. Hi, Rachel. How are you? So I have the trigger. I just had they call it an epidural. I call it the spinal tap. I have my epidural. I'm in the bed, and they keep coming in to check me. So I was like, first I was 2 centimeters, then it was 3.5, then it was 5, and I was like 6.5. It is, it's like 550. and they come in and look like, oh, you're 10 centimeters dilated. They drop the bottom out and they tell me to sit up. And I was like, what you doing? And it was like, well, it's time to start pushing. And I was like, I'm not pushing anything. Judge Judy's on. Get out the way. And so I had to move them literally out the way. They was like prepping me. We'll continue this when she goes off. She went off at like 5:58, 5:59. And then I started pushing, and my son was born at 60, I think 6:01. Yeah, true story. I stopped pushing, didn't want the baby to come until Judge Judy went off. What would have happened? This is the question I get asked all the time. If another episode, you know how they'll run back to back episodes? They weren't doing it that day. So I don't know what would have happened, but he was 2 weeks late. What's another 30 minutes? You know, what's another 30 minutes? That's how I look at it. So, true story. I know you guys are probably thinking, "Ooh, these stories today, you dogged your kids." No, it's all in love. I knew he was gonna get all my attention once he got here. You guys saw him earlier. He's feeling a little bit better. He's still laying down though, but he went and got him some orange juice. So that was, good. He came out and said hi to everybody, but he's not diamond painting tonight. He is in the bed with his orange juice. And he did bring me my Diet Coke, my yummy Diet Coke, because I can't have too much stuff right now. I can have water, yummy. I can have Crystal Light and some of those new Kool-Aid packets, zero sugar. Um, you have to read the actual packet so that you know you're not, ingesting the wrong thing. But yeah, he was born okay. Nothing was wrong with him at all. He didn't have no brain damage. I did real good with him. Did you write a strongly worded letter? Hope he feels better. Is it very late where you are? Yeah, Rachel, it's 12 o'clock here where I'm at. I'm on the West Coast. Uh, it's 12 o'clock here. Yeah, he does. He feels a lot better. He came out, so when he came out, I felt better because I hadn't seen him all day. This morning it's 2 a.m. This morning he um, he did go on the charity walk with me, but I could tell he wasn't feeling well, and I, I don't know. I don't think he has an allergy though. I think he's getting like sick. Unfortunately, I know mine's was allergies. I just got to make sure I stay up on my allergy pill and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. You missed it. We had some fun earlier, Rachel. We were talking about our favorite shows, our favorite TV shows that we feel shaped our lives as we were growing up. Do you have any favorite TV shows you want to share with us? 8 a.m. That's right. You're in Ireland, right? Yeah, Sherry, I do. I think he's fighting an actual cold, not allergy. So I hope, you know, men are miserable when they sick. And he's no different at all. He's no different. Is Jeremy still in here? Jeremy, when you get sick, tell me about when you get sick. What medicine you take? How do you get over it? Yeah, That is so true. Men are babies when they're sick. Exactly. So I whenever he starts to display signs, he's nowhere near pathetic as my brother though. My brother my brother was laying on the couch one year. He had his hand on his chest and his tongue was like lollygagging out the side of his mouth like you see on cartoons. I was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, leave alone. I was like, "Why is your tongue out the side of your mouth?" Like, I've never seen that before. Only my brother. But yeah, he had his tongue just hanging out the side of his mouth. And I was like, does that even, like, it doesn't even feel right. So I thought that was so funny. I think about that all the time. Long as he doesn't get that sick, where he doesn't realize his tongue is laying on the side of his mouth and on his cheek, then we're okay. My son milks it. Yeah, they milk it. Shaped us growing up. Mr. Rogers, probably something silly like Rugrats. Hey, Patty! uh, Gets goofy loopy when sick too. That's what I'm saying. His tongue. I don't know how he even managed it, Sherry. I really don't. I still to this day can't figure it out. But I was like, what is wrong with you? I don't feel well. Your tongue doesn't have to hang out your mouth. Like, it was too much. Too much. And he had his hand on his chest, like, like he thought he was dying. He had no fever at all. He probably just, you know, trying to keep his nose from draining. So, yeah, that's men. Those are men. So, do try and get on it early before he gets to that point. I don't want him turning into that man. Their dad was worse. Ugh. And the other thing that dad used to do was he would put garlic in every, he cooked garlic and he would put it in his tea and drink the tea. And then you could smell the garlic coming out of his pores for the next couple of days. Yeah, I told him, I think you practicing witchcraft. You always got to put garlic in everything, like you trying to ward off evil spirits. Everything in his tea, Sherry. Oh, oh, yeah. So that's he's into like a lot of homeopathic medicines and stuff. And the funny thing is, he works for a pharmaceutical company. So what's that say about the pharmaceuticals that he sells? I told him I'm gonna hate to get sick. I hope I don't ever have to go on any of your medications. Yep. She said, what? Yep. Their dad, he works for a pharmaceutical company and he's into homeopathic medicine. Well, I don't think he'll ever take his own product. And he's out there selling it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to hope that I don't have to ever take anything that they sell. I want to get sued, so I ain't going to mention the name, but yep. I mean, I'll eat a clove when I'm starting to feel it, but why ruin a perfectly good cup of tea? It's bad. It's his thing. He like swears by it. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, and it comes out of your pores, and you can smell it. Ugh. But it's bad. Like, but he swears by it. You need to put this garlic in this tea and drink the tea down. It's horrible. And then it just oozes out, and he says it pushes like the sickness, the illness, and stuff out. He feels it works. He's been doing it for years. Our son is 21, so He's been doing it for years, but it's what I call a backwoods home remedy. He hates when I say that. And if you don't get that voodoo away from me, that backwoods home remedy. So yeah, those are the things that I used to say. And what's the worst medicine concoction you've ever taken? Like a grandparent gave you or something that wasn't just over the counter cough syrup. At Rachel Ray, it would certainly be easier to choke it down quick rather than sip a whole cup of tea with that in it. If it works for him, but you suffer from hay fever. My eyes are starting over here. Yeah, yeah. I like garlic, but I don't prefer to wear it like perfume simply for putting it in tea. Oh, it's bad. It's bad, and it comes out of your pores. It really does. You can smell it. Oh, and yeah, he will put it in some tea and drink it on down. I can't. I have hay fever, and I think that's all. I was fine when it started, and then I started sneezing. So I think that my allergy medicine is wearing off. But before I go to bed, I'm gonna take some medicine, and yeah. Other than that, you guys, we talked about some good recipes. We talked about my mom's sloppy Joe, but I didn't ask you guys what your favorite recipe or food item from your parent or grandparent was. What do you guys have, Sherry, Rachel? Besides the potato chips, they're gonna have garlic nightmares. My grandpa used to eat a glob of Vicks Vapor. Eat it? Oh wow! I had a coworker that used to do that as well. Yeah, it does smell bad. Sister takes a lot of it when she's getting sick. I stay clear of. Yeah, I would too. I stay clear of her when she does it. I don't remember ever being given anything other than medication or over-the-counter meds. Cindy, my dad used to put Vicks up his. I put Vicks up my nose, but eating it, that's definitely something new. In South Korea, I went to a doc who said I had circulation problems and made a traditional Chinese medicine tincture meant to be drank once a day for 40 days. I stopped taking it at day two. It was $300. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. For $300, I'm going to need this to work the first sip. I need it to work the first sip. Like, we shouldn't even have to go through a couple of days of this. Wow. $300. What did it taste like? Was it good? Because they put ginseng and some stuff in, and that's a concoction right there. Ginseng, garlic, and tea. I can see that. I probably, well, I don't know. Their dad's very healthy, so I'm gonna be honest. I probably could stand to take in some of his remedies. They just don't look or smell or probably taste well for that. But their dad is vegan, and he's alkaline vegan on top of that, which means he eats sawdust. She said it was bad. My mom used to slice potatoes very thin for me and fry them with onions. Oh, Sherry, you could definitely tell that you are from Pittsburgh. My mother was born in Pittsburgh. No, I was playing when I said sawdust. I don't know how it tastes, but that was just like if I'm saying it doesn't taste good. But my mom was born in Pittsburgh, and my grandmother, lived there all of her life. She stayed in Ambridge, just outside of Pittsburgh, and they used to fry potatoes and onions and peppers, and oh my goodness, I could go for that right now. Two, I'll be your clown. Yeah, so that sounds like a nice recipe concoction. Uh, I don't know what was in it. I don't want to. Lots of minerals and probably a dried newt. Oh, my mom used to do that too. Coriolis thought that was funny. A dried newt, yeah. My mom kept the peppers out. I've never been fond of them. I could probably eat it either way. I'm into the antioxidants right now, and I like well, I have a ton of red, yellow, and orange here in the house, and I didn't buy a lot of green, and I think the green brings out the flavor of those, and so kind of missing that. So awesome, Cindy. Yeah, right, Newt, huh? Okay, I have to go to bed. I don't want to miss the fun, but tomorrow will come too soon. Yeah, I probably got another 10 minutes. I don't want to keep it too long because I'll go on. I can talk. I can really talk. And when I have friends with me, makes it fun. Oh, tonight. Yep. So, other than that, not to get on him too bad. He's very healthy, as I was saying. He's vegan. He's alkaline vegan, and their younger brother, when he comes over, he tells me the funniest stories. He tried to be alkaline vegan like dad, and dad has a new girlfriend, and they call her other mom. And he tries to be alkaline vegan like dad and other mom. And he said they don't have no food options. I can't do it. I can't do it. So the funny thing is, he, he has me cracking up laughing when he talks about, we went here, I starved. We went there, I starved. That little brother is so funny. I feel sorry for him. I let him just go in my refrigerator and get whatever he wants. I don't know. I don't know what the diet requirements are. So I don't try to like change their eating and things. I just let him have whatever he wants. And I think that works best. Have you guys ever tried anything that's like vegetarian, pescatarian, what is it, ogatarian or whatever that is? Nah, my grandmother wasn't much of a cook, but I miss her corned beef hash and broth or good old chicken noodle. Yeah, I love me some homemade chicken noodle. I have to look that up. Alkaline vegan means they can't have nothing. They're constantly worried about their alkalinity, and that certain things that impact something about the membrane in their system. They were here one night and they were explaining it to me because their dad has other kids outside of our relationship, and the kids come and visit, and so they've tried. They want to be like dad. They try his diet and stuff. And I had him and other mom over to try and explain what it was, so I can know how to fix the food for all the kids when they together. And I still don't understand. I agree, Patty. I was like, I don't know if I could ever eat. I'll try and have the stuff in the house that they can eat if they're going to follow you guys and things like that. But I'm not ever going to be able to do it. My daughter's vegetarian. My son, he's not vegetarian, but he limits his meat. He doesn't eat a lot of different meats. He likes, lean, like he'll eat chicken, boneless, skinless, grilled. He'll eat like, shrimp and crab and white fish. But he limits his meat, and he will eat like steak, but it has to be like lean cut, very lean cut. He's not fond of beef, but he will every once in a while. He can eat it, but he like if we go to a McDonald's or Burger King, he's not getting a burger. He doesn't eat anything except chicken. He'll get fries if there's nothing there that he wants. So for me, I'm the meat eater in the house. I don't blame you. I'm definitely a carnivore. I was raw vegan for a few months, vegetarian for years. Pretty much everything can be made veggie. Beef makes my tummy do weird things, so I'm weaning off. That's some of the stuff that their dad was saying to me when they were trying to explain it. Um, that he now I definitely I'm starting to pay attention to this because he said he doesn't get as sick anymore, and that shocked me because when we were together, he got sick all the time, like all the time. He was sick all winter, every allergy season, he definitely was sick all the time. And when he said he very rarely gets sick, but he was vegetarian for 2 years, and then he went on after being vegetarian to be vegan, and then after vegan, he went on to be alkaline vegan. And I don't like I said, I'm not familiar with the choices and things. I just know it's very limited, and they shop exclusively at Whole Foods, which for me is very expensive. So it's expensive to try to eat like that. For me, it would have to be something that I would want to probably grow my own stuff to really throw myself into it and do it the right way. Um, I wonder. Oh, you said raw vegan. Raw vegan is where like you're eating like carrots. You're eating like is that where you're eating like melons and honeydew and things? No meat and things at all. I've heard Whole Food. Yes, Sherry, it is very expensive. I went there because I was trying to buy stuff for the kids, and whew, I was like, look, we're gonna do this one time, but then we're gonna have to find alternatives. I can't shop like this every time it's time to load up on food. So yeah, but I see why there's a problem in the world when it comes to, they say America's the most overweight society. I see why. Because to eat healthy, we probably grow the natural resources that go on to be utilized, but when it comes time for us to buy it, we have to get the preservative version that's, unhealthy in order for us to have a cost efficient food bill. If we want it the way that it's supposed to be made, we either got to make it ourselves, you know, or we got to pay a ton of extra money to get it. That's a lot, but it's expensive to shop at Whole Foods. So the funny thing is, I was about to say just some food for thought. uh, I've heard, yeah. You could buy a burger cheaper than a healthy salad. That's true, Rebecca. And that's a shame, but it's so true. If it makes him feel better, a lot of digestive issues come from food. Raw is where you don't cook anything with heat, just eat it the way it comes. I felt so good when I went raw, but it was expensive. So, what show was I watching? Oh, I was watching Notting Hill, and the lady said that he murdered the carrot because he cooked it. But she was basically explaining how she ate, I guess, raw vegetables and things. And he said, even this carrot, and she said, yeah, it's been murdered. I would never eat a murdered carrot because you cooked it. So yeah, definitely understand that now. I didn't know that's what it was called. Um, yeah, he said something about digestive lining and mucosal membrane and things that I stopped listening to. I was like, at this point, you know, I'm not saying that I won't get there, but I wasn't there yet in life when it comes to, eating. I think, when you make those choices, it's got to be something that means something to you. If it doesn't mean anything to you, you're not going to be able to appreciate what's being said. I'm over here waiting on my mama to get here so I can have some sloppy Joe, some Joe Marie's. So hearing things like, You should watch the alkalinity of the food you eat. I'm not going to appreciate that when he says that stuff to me. He talks to the kids, and he tries to educate them, and they listen, which is commendable. One of the best things that's commendable is they don't bring it home. They don't come home and they be like, "Ma, you gotta hear this. This is what Dad taught us this weekend." That's great. Yes, they know it go in one ear and right out the other. We grow our own food now. Lots of work, but it tastes better. Yeah, that's probably why I have digestive problems. It could be because that's what he was explaining to me. I mean, it was very interesting. It's a lot of work. Like Rachel Ray was just saying, she grows her own food. That is ideally for me. Like, if I didn't have to work, obviously, I keep talking about, once I don't work anymore, when I retire, I'm going to buy an RV. That's something that I want to do. I want to buy an RV. I want to have my own ecosystem where I collect rainwater and I fuel, just use that rainwater back into my system, have my own garden full of the foods that I like, and it'll work for me at that point because I'm making my choices, and it's easier when you're doing it for you. I'm not there yet, though. It's a work in progress. But I grow tomatoes, peppers, ginger, and turmeric. I'm in an apartment, so everything is in containers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in containers. I might could do the vegetarian thing, but not raw vegan. Has to be cooked. Yep, I don't blame you. I want to go on that RV with you. So many places I want to. Man, I'm going everywhere. I'll probably come and visit all my diamond painting friends because I'm going everywhere. I can't wait. I'm going up into the mountains. I'm going to meet. I don't want to meet no bears, but I know Commander. He's out like in the Arctic. He's saying that he's going mountain climbing and things. We might have to go visit him. Just as long as we stay away from the bears. But I know he got mountain lions out there where he's at, and I'm gonna travel and see this world, and I'm gonna park, and I'm gonna enjoy scenery, and then after I enjoy scenery, yep, I'm gonna go into my RV bedroom and go to sleep. But I do want my own little ecosystem. I wish I really could have like a sustainable vehicle where I could make my own vegetable oil or put some paper in. That would be awesome. You know, Obviously that's the world that a lot of us want to get to where we're not living, poisoning the earth and destroying it and things. We'll see. We shall see. You on the seafood diet? What's that? Whatever food you see, you eat. That would be awesome. Definitely come to Asheville. I can't wait. I certainly will. I'm gonna come, and I'm going to. When me and the ex were together and we drove out here, we sold our house and we came across the United States, and because we weren't like, I had a gig. I used to do stand up comedy, and I had a gig that I was coming out here to do, but it wasn't going to start for a few weeks. So we took our time coming out across the United States. We met so many people, and it was so much fun. We almost didn't even make it to Las Vegas because we were in Ogallala, Nebraska, and I'll never forget. I was like, I ain't never heard of Ogallala. You guys, it was it 2 people here? No, it's 2.2 people, and I'll never forget. They were so much fun. Here we showed up, and we don't look like nobody in town at all whatsoever. And I was like, all right, well, we're going to go into this hotel room. He was like, no, we're going to go explore. We're going to meet everybody. They had like one of everything, like, one gas station, one one hotel. It was right off the highway, one eatery. And we went to every one of those places and like gave them some business. And they were so friendly and welcoming. They pretty much invited us to move there and become the mayor. I was like, that doesn't happen, does it? Like, people can't just show up and get the job. Is it that bad? We were sitting at their eatery, me and him and the two kids, and they literally was like, "You sure could be our mayor. We need a mayor now. You want to come be the mayor?" Oh my goodness! So those were the days I'll never forget. But traveling across the United States, going to different towns and meeting people, that's where it's at. That's what I want to do because I had a good time. He had a good time. He was picking up job offers all across the United States, all across the United States. So we went to Vail. That was nice too. I didn't think that Vail was going to be for us. Vail, Colorado, in case you guys haven't heard, is like the number one, like they say it was number one, but I always think that Vegas is. But at the time, they told us it was the number one um, travel resort in the United States. And we were there and coming out of their peak season because we got there, I think it was the end of March, beginning of April. And we were like, they were coming out of their like main ski season. It was still cold and snowy, but I guess it could get worse. And funny story about it was we were at the hotel. It was pretty empty, and we just had the run of the hotel. Like there was hardly nobody there, and we were walking around the empty hotel. The staff, we were getting to know them. Um, we would get up and leave the room. We had a gorgeous view of the mountain and the ski lift where you could go up and ski down the mountain. And we would walk around the hotel. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna go, see what some of the sites here are. And I happened upon my ex. He was talking to the marketing director or something like that, and they offered him a job. Like, are you serious? Like, it's that easy? It is not that easy to find a job, but it just so happened. We were so curious. We were so young. We were, fresh eyes, I guess, and we were getting offered jobs left and right. Uh, oh, yeah, that does sound awesome. I'm living the dream now that we have a permanent greenhouse. Ooh, that sounds good. Love your greenhouse. I'm going planting today. So excited. Gonna make some coffee now and do some beating. Y'all meet pocket meat friends. Rachel, you are too cute. It's dark in here. Wow, that almost sounds like The Shining. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I don't want to say it was The Shining for real. I went when I went to Denver. We went to Estes to where I think that The Shining was at the Stanley Hotel up in Estes, um, and we went to the actual hotel, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go inside. I'm like, oh yeah, no, no, I'm not going in there at all. I just don't want. I know it's a movie, but I don't want to take any chances. So I have been there, seen it. Um, yeah, it sounds like The Shining a little bit because of how empty the hotel was. But the staff was really nice. It was just coming off of their peak season, like really come like that first or second week, I think, off of their peak season. And they said that, it's empty for a couple of weeks and then you'll have people who purposefully come outside of the peak season, they'll start coming in so that it would pick up a little. They weren't worried at all. But it was fun. It was the Marriott at Vail Mountain. It was really nice. It was gorgeous. And normally it was like, I don't know the prices now. This was a while ago, but they told us normally it was like $400 a night or something like that. And I think we got the price for like $90 a night. It was very affordable. The Shining. Sound like an awesome trip. Yeah, it was. It was. Obviously, I look back on the memories, try to remind the kids. It was such a long time ago because mom and dad were still together back then. But one thing that did give them was, they love to travel. They love to travel. They love to have adventure, and so I try and make sure that they still have that. And we just have to do the adventures at mom's pace because we can't go at kids' pace. They're too they're too active. Too active. My son is pretty good at being patient and waiting on me though. My baby, she will just say, okay, well, we can do something else. She'll just give up instead of being patient. Mom, we can just go and do something else. That means you taking too dang long. I don't feel like waiting on you. That's what that means. Mm, yeah. Reminds me of the ringtone I heard. Help. I'm stuck in your pocket. Someone help me. You're stuck in the pocket, huh? Woo. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Oh, that's one right there. Oh my goodness. Almost done. I'll finish out these colors and this color right here, and then I think I'm gonna watch a movie. I fall asleep watching a movie. So, any exciting news going on with anybody? I shouldn't say that. Usually, when I say that, somebody says I'm pregnant. That's not exciting news to me. Because I'm beyond that. So I better not jinx anybody. When I was that age, I didn't have much patience with my parents. My mom had a lot of health problems, and it bothers me to this day how I was not very patient with her. That's very very kind to say. My daughter doesn't have any patience with me, and I tell her that she gets an attitude with me real quick. Um, but what I will say is, she will recognize it and then apologize. She'll send me like a really sweet text message. So I know that she recognizes it. I just would prefer it to be more in the moment. And I've told her that, I just hope that she starts to see it. But she does. She'll snap at me, and then she'll send me a message later and say, I'm sorry. I was this and I was that. And so the fact that she recognizes it, I like that. Because I feel like there's room to grow when you recognize it. What I wouldn't have nowhere to go if I couldn't get her to see it. You mean you don't see that? You don't see that you need to work on that? We gotta get you some help, baby. Gotta get you some help. Cause you know what? Shoot, if I was pregnant, I would be on cloud nine. Always wanted kids. Never happened for me. Babies mean poop, and I don't know about that. But at the same time, it's never too late, Sherry. I got a friend that had a baby at 45 years old. She had a second one at 47. I told her, put that baby down and quit hugging the baby. Don't get the baby used to being held. You gotta, shorten up everything. I remember when my kids were little and people said, don't coddle them too much. You don't want them this, don't want them that. So I took all of those, lessons and things like that. But when you have them later in life, you can still have them. But you definitely, you got to learn things right away. You're going to be 44 in May? Okay, well, you still got time. I'm telling you, still got time. 47, you having your second child. She's 47, had a second child. Put that baby down. At least she had two. Because can you imagine having the one baby at 45 and then, that's it? So at least she did have a second baby. And I commended her for that. Yeah, I got another friend. She's pregnant now. She focused on her career. We started off in college. She continued on because I got married in college. And then I ended up trying to finish school, but it was difficult and things. We all had our kids late, like almost all of us were going on 30 or over 30 when we started having kids. So that's the other thing that a lot of us were starting to get impacted by. But I have a friend who she's pregnant now, and she's 46, and she's 46. It's her first child, and she had to go through in vitro because she couldn't, like, she was having a difficult time getting pregnant on her own. Her husband, they've only been married like 5 years, I think. Her husband, he had a child from a prior marriage, so he wasn't, in a big hurry. But it meant something to her. She wanted to have a baby, so he's like, okay. By the time she had made up her mind, but she went to medical school. She spent her time in her residency and building up her medical practice and things. And now in her mid 40s, she's ready, to be able to have children. And it's almost something that you have to decide and choose on when you're young. Do I want a family? If so, I may have to make sacrifices now for budding career that I want to have then, or do I want to get my career up and going so that I can afford children later on? And if so, that may come at a cost of having them later in life. So that's exactly what happened. Still have to meet a decent man. Don't think I'm a perfect candidate for immaculate conception. Your gynecologist suggested that you do that. You can't afford it. Yeah, I get it. I really do. I get it. I don't know. I don't have a lot of answers. You know, I don't. I don't at all. But I know the longer that you wait, um, I would hate to see someone not get the opportunity. If that's something that they want, that's a passion of theirs, not to be able to take advantage of it. Children are a blessing, and they bring fulfillment in so many ways. Even when my daughter is snapping at me, I look back on those moments and I chuckle and I laugh like she don't know she gonna have a child just like her. And I get that thrill and knowledge, and I say that all the time. Can't wait till you complaining about your lippy daughter. So I hope that you're able to find you someone and get on with it, because it's a blessing. You wanted a family the minute you were married. God had other ideas for you. The ex and I were married 16 years before he got wandering eyes and left. I remember you telling me that, yeah, during your live last week. Yeah, I waited and made a career, but moved to a place where my career doesn't mean much. Waiting till you have the money isn't as smart as I thought. Oh well, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, I know what you mean. The ex's sister had 3 kids. The oldest will be 23 this summer. I go to see her grow up. I got to see her grow up and attend high school for 3 years. She doesn't talk to me anymore. Oh, such depressing stories. Yep, Rachel, you have to pick or choose. It's sad, but and you don't know at the time when you make one decision whether you are impacting another. So I think that that's the sad part. Like I said, I was in college when I first got married. I ran off and got married. I eloped, and my dad didn't know, my mom didn't know, and we were always together. Oh, a friend of mine figured it out. It was before cell phones and things and pagers, and I'll never forget. She could get in touch with me, and she kept saying, "Where the hell you at?" And leaving messages on my answering machine. Where the hell you at? You know. And so I'm calling and checking, and I didn't want to, because I knew she's gonna question me, so I didn't want to call her back. And I'll never forget when I finally was gonna call her. I was like, let me see what time it is. And I said, oh, she left another message. I called the answer machine and check, and she said, you better not have ran off and done nothing stupid. I noticed what you did. Like she had already figured it out. And I was like, well, I guess I can't call her. But she didn't figure it out. um, but But then we ended up having a real wedding. I married him twice, guys. But we ended up having a real wedding because obviously we didn't tell anybody that we had eloped. She figured it out, had to keep it a secret, and then we had to actually do the real thing because my dad was going to be. Yeah, she knew. She definitely knew. Yeah, no, you're not depressing me. I think your story is an amazing story. It really is, but it deserves a happy ending. I know school is a focus right now, but I don't think it's anything wrong with winking. Just don't tell nobody when you go to the club they beautiful. That's all. Earlier tonight, Rachel, before you showed up, I had asked if people still go out, and nobody in the room goes out. I was telling them that I had a friend who was in town from Ohio, and she wanted to go out, and I don't go out, and I don't take the time to go out because that's time I could be diamond painting. But I told them about a story when I was young, and I was out at a club, and I saw a guy standing against a wall, and he was dancing and bouncing to the music, and I thought he was cute, and I went over and I told him, "You are so beautiful," and he just bust up laughing at me. He never said thank you. He never said what's your name, nothing. He just laughed and chuckled, and uh, yeah, I think that would be fun to go out dancing. Um, so we had talked about that, and I think that Sherry, in her soulful, sultry voice, I think I think if we all went out, we had a good time. I think it's a matter of just knowing where to go. To be honest, I don't know if a club is the place to go, but where do guys go when they're single and they just want to kind of hang out and relax? That's really how we got to think about it. You know, rude. He don't know how to handle compliment. He didn't know how to handle that compliment at all, and he just chuckled. But I think that that's how. I mean, everybody always, when they're single and they hanging out with a group of friends, that's the first place they always go is a club. But that's really not how you want to look at it. I think we want to look at it like where does a person go when they single and they just want to relax? That's probably the better way to look at it. When I want to relax, well, I don't go anywhere when I want to relax. I come right here to my craft studio and I diamond paint. So I guess a dude would never meet me. Oh, I don't know. Well, I know it's getting late. It's getting late. Why you still here, girl? Have you made up your mind? Oh, that's an old song. I think I just went back to, I don't even know. I remember the song though. Oops, you dozed off. Well, we're not going to hold it against you, Cindy. We're going to head to bed. It's going on 1 o'clock here. And you can tell my hours have changed at work. It's too cute, isn't it? I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. What is that noise? Fell asleep in Jen's live. What time is it there, Rachel? We are about to head to bed too in a few minutes. But hosting, it was great catching up. 5 to 9 in the morning, darling. Is your tablet plugged in? It's something. I'm not sure. The tablet's not. Maybe it is. Um, well, I don't know. It just keeps dinging. All right. Well, it's 3 a.m. Oof. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming. This is a long video. I didn't think it would be that long. I knew I would be on here for at least 2 hours, but it's been almost 4 hours. I'm catching up with Jeremy now, and I didn't even mean to. All right. Well, I would like to thank you all for joining me this evening. I had a lot of fun as usual. Thank you all. You're welcome, Cindy. And let's crash. And you have a good day, Rachel, because I know it's nice and probably bright out where you are. But I will talk to you guys all later, and I'll try and get something scheduled so I have a regular night. But I do want to keep all of my UK and Australia and Ireland friends in mind also. So it'll probably be evenings, but we'll come up with something. You guys all have a good night, okay? Thank you.